Death Street.
Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Salman back in the building. Today, January 5th, 2017. Starting off Thursday off right. We did really good yesterday. Really good yesterday. Shout out to everybody joining us in the chat room. What's going on, everybody? People slowly coming into the chat room. Joe Flores, what's good, man? Mag3690, what's good? Grown man, what's good? About my money, select start. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, select start. OGXI is all yours. I would agree with that. I would agree with that, sir. OGXI, Mr. Lloyd, what's good? Lubda. Bad Scientist, first in the building. Yes, indeed, man. ETRM, yeah, ETRM. Shout out to everybody in the chat room who's calling up ETRM. You guys, you know, I remember seeing it as far back as almost like a week ago. And then all of a sudden it goes bananas. It goes bananas, man. Yes, indeed. Shay Sinclair, what's good? Cali Girl, hello. Select Start. Josh Duran. Oh, man, come on. Hold on, we having issues already? Damn, hold on here, man. Are we having issues already? I don't think so, are we? Damn. I've been doing a million. I got to stop doing a million things on here. That's what I need to stop doing. Hold on, am I back up? Always at the beginning of the show. Looks like I'm good now, though. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and start the show. We got a lot of stocks to get to, man. We all good. Okay, all right, good. We all good. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we talked last night and we kind of prepared for gold. And it basically went exactly as planned, man. I mean, pretty much we had a lot of gold stocks went off the map. The best of all of them I called was IAG, and it was exactly that. It was the best of pretty much the lot. I know they had some other gold stocks run too, but for the most part, IAG was kind of one of the better ones. What's going on, Tristan? Money Stay Woke, hello. Yeah, man. Mr. Lloyd, what's going on? Lawrence Kane, hello. Brandon Jackson, thank you for joining us, man. Hope this is not your first and last time. More peace, thank you for joining me, man. Random Pen, Big Slim, Nikhil, Jack Runner. Yes, indeed, man. Feeling that track. Silver, gold, yeah, gold was up, silver was up. It was all about gold today, though, man. You know, I've started to realize how important the Japanese session and the London session as we go to sleep, how important those are for the next day. You know, when commodities are running in Japan, you know, why are the Japanese a little bit fearful about the fact that we may be raising interest rates? And that caused prices of gold. They were buying gold heavily over there while we were on the show. And, you know, rising prices of gold held into the morning. And sure enough, you know, if you looked at a lot of stocks that we talked about, they were all up. They were pretty much all up. And shout out to Mr. Lloyd and his incredible GDX play. I mean, the options damn near, you know, tripled on some of them, depending on what your strike price was, but you were up almost 200, 300% depending on what you got. depending on what you got. And it's so funny because he emailed me talking about how the option was going to pull back, or the price of the ETF was going to start pulling back at about 23.25, and sure enough, it settles at about 23.20. So shout out to Mr. Lloyd for that. Also, shout out to other people on the MJNA trade. Shout out to other people on the MJNA trade, man. MJNA was really right on the money, man. MJNA, we had talked about MJNA several times, and MJNA, sure enough, came back today. It was a weird 2 days in the stock. I completely get it. It was a weird 2 days, but MJNA, I think, the committed buyers came back to the stock today, and MJNA, sure enough, got back to some winning ways, man. Got back to some winning ways. All right, J-Nug is strong. Yeah, J-Nug is strong. But right now, gold is pulling back a little bit. Gold is pulling back just a little bit. What's going on, Robert Dupree? Been a minute, man. But ETRM, ETRM was that big winner today. I tried to short it coming back when it was up like 104%. And, we got that Tim Sykes DVD, that level 2 DVD, that $1,200 level 2 Tim Sykes DVD, talking about when you start seeing the breakdown in the buying. So from 104% to where we are now, I tried to get in, but no shorts available. Hard to borrow. It became very hard to borrow. Mr. Lloyd, you're on the air. What's up, man?
Man, I was having a heart attack today.
Man.
I damn near had a heart attack. So, shit. So, I said, hey, it's gonna go to $23.
Yeah.
However, I had 30 minutes to trade, and that's what I was telling you, man. Everybody, you should have a pattern. Don't decide to trade out that pattern because you don't screw yourself up. And I say, okay, well, I got my 38 cents. So went from, if you guys don't know options, 12 cents. So times 10 is 120, and so I left out here at 38 cents, which is $380.
There he is, man.
But I dropped my wife off. The phone fucking beeps.
Yeah.
It's up to 56 cents. And I started screaming in the car. She's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Shut up right now. Just don't. I don't want to hear it."
Yeah.
She's like, "Are you scaring me? What's going on?" I was like, "Look, woman, I'm upset because I didn't, hold. I didn't hold. I mean, I've been sitting in the shit for 3 days. I'm thinking, when is it going to bounce?" So $560 is there.
Yeah.
I get my ass to work. Now it's 80 cents. So it went from 12 cents to 80 cents.
Incredible, man. Incredible. And I emailed you and I was like, man, I'm trying to see if I can maybe get a put in because now we're getting to obscene territory now, but it would not quit, man. The buying continued. I mean, and I felt like as if the market had thought maybe like a missile hit the White House or something. That's how aggressive the buying was, man. It's like, the dollar was done. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody who was in any of these gold stocks because they all did pretty well today.
Right. And actually, I closed out a position that was at a $300 loss just to kind of get a fresh start. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had no pain about it because it's like, okay, I can make this money back with options. So what am I worried about this $300 loss? I mean, I shouldn't think that way, but I'm here. I dropped 80 PT today.
Okay.
So I mean, that was 2,500 locked up.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and just took my loss on that, and so I can, when I get this new job, I just have a fresh start.
Yeah.
And I mean, shit, man. So with looking at it for tomorrow, I don't know, man. I'm looking at the gold prices live now.
We're gonna have a little bit of a breakdown tomorrow. I think it's gonna give some of it back a little bit tomorrow. So I don't think it's gonna be an aggressive selling, but I could see maybe a couple cents getting off there, maybe 30, 40 cents, maybe even a little bit more than that. Because I mean, 5% is a lot, man. That's a lot of value. For 1 day. So it's got to give some of that back. It's going to be reasonable, though.
Right. And you guys that don't know what 80 cents or 81 cents equates to, so if you bought 10 contracts if you sold 10 contracts at 80 cents, that's $800. So if you initially started with 12 cents, that's that's $120. So just imagine you put $120 in something, and you get $800 3 days later.
Yeah.
So I'm still kicking myself. I mean, when you kept emailing me, I swear I said, if you send me one more fucking email about this shit going up, I'm gonna blow this whole fucking computer up.
it just kept going, man, and I don't know why I didn't decide to go long, but I wasn't sure if I was buying too high, and it just, and I didn't do any research on it. I don't like jumping in and chasing opportunities, so.
Right, and I know you said you're a little scared about holding ETFs overnight, and I think it's kind of crazy, man. When I'm doing options, I can sleep at. I mean, I guess the only reason why you get worried is because the amount of money that you're putting into the stock. Mm-hmm. But if you're putting $70 into the stock, ain't nothing to worry about. That's because true. The type of returns you can get on it is massive.
That's true.
So I'm starting to, with that little $400, man, I was okay with that. So I didn't have to worry about if I lost it. So I think I did better with $400 than having $10,000 and just having it dispersed. And let me tell you the stupidest thing I just realized, man. So as I'm closing out these accounts, I go back and look at CVSI.
Okay.
Did you know I put $1,900 into this fucking stock and it went from 60 to now it's coming back up again? But I'm so sick of myself for putting in $2,000 into a fucking penny stock, and the return was nowhere near to what I had made, today. Basically, I'm putting $2,000 into a stock to get that type of return. So I see CVSI coming back, but it's going to take some time. But I would never, ever put $2,000 in another penny stock in my life again, unless I got money to blow like that. Yeah. But I wouldn't do it. And you guys don't feel compelled to do that because there's better ways to make gains without going all in. Because I know what it feels like. You feel like you have to go all in to get those type of gains, but you really don't. You just have to really do your research. Don't feel compelled because Tim Sykes, these guys got thousands and thousands of dollars that they can throw into this and not having to worry about it.
Yeah.
But if you're living from check to check, you need to be very conservative. And unfortunately, I wasn't very conservative. I went all in like a dummy. But the good thing about it is that I didn't lose everything. I woke up before it all disappeared. So, that's all I wanted to say. Are you buying the straight calls? Yeah, I'm buying straight calls and puts. I think when you play the equity market from from penny stocks and the stocks that we do here, you will get the eye for knowing when the stock is going to go up and go down. I think if I just went straight to options, I probably would have had a harder time because, I still don't understand how they make the determination without looking at a damn chart. It kills me every time. It's just, the gamma's up 2.25 and we're going to go to the moon. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you see that shit?
Yeah.
So anyways, man, Perez, man, it's already hard enough trying to figure out when the shit's gonna go up and go down. I haven't really got into the straddles and condors yet because I mean, going from the hood to Beverly Hills, man, it's taking me a minute to kind of get adjusted. I got to get my pants up, quit looking so bummish. I need to look presentable walking around the neighborhood, and right now I'm just now getting myself cleaned up to where I can get to moving. But I will get in there and hopefully start doing these other things. I mean, have you ever placed a straddle before?
No, I've never placed any straddles, condors, anything of that matter. I mean, I'm straight puts and calls, man. I'm just now getting into covered calls and puts, but I'm just dabbling it, but I love just calls and puts, playing support and resistance. That's basically all I'm doing right now.
The girl that actually introduced me to this, the one that accumulated $800,000, she said she would buy one call and one put. Now I didn't understand that at first, but after thinking about it, if you really put two and two together, and now this is just my theory of thinking. just imagine if we bought GDX at that same price when it was at $18. You know, at the 20 strike as a call and a put.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been so basically we would have put $140, I guess, with commission, probably about $200 at the most. It would have hit $6,000 one way or another.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's really interesting because I've been reading up on how people are doing it. What they're doing is they'll get, a higher call, strike that they. It depends on whichever you felt is going to be more likely. So you put more into it. So more contracts on the put side, but you have some security on the call side just in case it goes that way. And there's a certain point where the stock is going in a certain direction where you end up closing one position. So, if it starts going towards your put, you close out your call and then your put starts to run. You see what I'm saying? So
right.
It's kind of that way. But in the end, one of the option is going to go basically, negative,
right.
And then the rest is just going to continue to run.
Right. And hey, Mr. Perez, man, I don't know if you're in the chat group, but I would definitely love to talk with you, man, and so I can kind of pick your brain a little bit about these straddles. But I'm still, getting my feet wet.
Yeah. And Mr. Roy, do you use a TD for your OTC trades? Because I got bat scientists in here asking you the question here.
Since doing this, man, I had E-Trade,
okay,
and I had TD. So, I mean, I haven't really traded a penny stock since I put that $1,900 into CVSI, and I went down from 60 cents to 28 cents. I've been holding that back for a long time. So after that moment, I said, I need to figure out a different adventure.
Yeah.
So I don't know what would be best for penny stocks. I mean, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. I mean, you can Google it and see what the advantages and disadvantages are. I mean,
okay.
my feelings about the E-Trade may be different from yours. So,
okay.
I mean, it's whatever you can afford and wherever you feel comfortable with. But, right now, with these option the $34 round trips, man, I mean, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
As far as just for 10 contracts.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm hoping this Tasty Trade thing really, he lets everybody on board, because it seems like it's a good deal.
Right. It's so funny because I'm trying to talk to this brokerage called Trade Zero. I don't know if anybody's heard of it. I'm trying to get them to call up and talk to us on the show. Hopefully they'd be willing to talk to us about it. I'm kind of going back and forth on them on that. I don't know if anybody heard of Trade Zero. Haven't heard too much about it. Just kind of came up today. So we'll see whatnot. But it's all about, nobody wants to jump brokers, but everybody's looking for lower and lower and lower slippage. And I think as traders, that's really the biggest expense that we have. So it's important that we get that down as low as possible.
Right. Well, man, I don't have any plays for tomorrow. We'll see. Actually, I did go back into GDX. I bought some 4-cent calls. So I ended up putting another $40 into that.
Mm-hmm.
So if it happens to make a big spike, hopefully that 4 cents may turn into 30 cents. But if I do lose the $40, I'm okay with it. I mean, the risk reward is I mean, there's we don't know what's going to happen overnight, and hell, gold could hit the roof and I'd be damned.
It could. I mean, I'm still watching it myself. I mean, I'm not giving up on gold just yet. But again, I do expect a slight pullback tomorrow because I'm looking at it right now, and it's already what is that gold now? So we're already down 3 points in gold right now, and it's only 7 o'clock. So it's still got several hours until 9:30. So I expect a little bit more, being rubbed off. But again, I don't foresee it being incredibly aggressive, but we'll see.
So gold closes at 9:30 your time?
Oh, no. I'm saying until 9:30 until the bell tomorrow.
Okay.
It's 24
okay.
Yeah, it's 24-hour market. It's a 24-hour market,
right.
But we still got a lot of time until 9:30 until the bell rings tomorrow.
So with your experience, and then I guess my last question, have you ever watched gold before? I mean, prior to learning about options. I mean, have you ever paid attention to it?
Yeah, of course, because when we would look at penny stocks, when the underlying commodity would run, of course the penny stocks would move. You know what I'm saying? These small OTC companies, these small publicly traded companies on NASDAQ and all their entire businesses are based off the price of the commodity. You know what I'm saying? So when oil is running, they do well. When gold is running, the gold miners do well. So you always want to pay attention, but I was never an option trader, so I never would even consider what, the rising price of gold or oil or all these other commodities would be doing to the cost of the options.
Now these things are running 24 hours. So I'm wondering, now that we're down 2 points, can it boom in the morning? Before we wake up.
Sure, something could happen. These are gold, silver, and those are those are affected by macroeconomic events. You know what I'm saying? Some king in Saudi Arabia decides he doesn't want to sell oil to this country, or doesn't want to, he doesn't want to do business in dollars anymore. So yeah, that all plays into it. Who knows what can happen from now until the market opens tomorrow. So yeah, of course.
And Cali girl, man, just take it slow. I saw you say you lost all your money. Don't be in a rush to go bankrupt, okay? Just fight your battle slowly, man, and everybody else out there. All right, so I'll let you get the show on, man. Have a good one.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, man.
All right,
yes, indeed. So shout out to Mr. Lloyd. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it, man. Always a great call to start off the show, Mr. Lloyd. But yeah, going back into some of these stocks, again, the big winner for today was definitely ETRM. I'm just incredibly impressed with, what this stock did today. Absolutely impressed. It just tore it up, man. I expected it to do well, but 104%, and that's actually the low. I think it got up to 122, 123%. So shout out to everybody who was in ETRM. That was something that guys in the chat room were calling for a long time. Who else is on here? And the bands were getting super tight on this. I know some of you guys play the Bollinger Bands. Toward, the last couple of days, the bands were getting really tight on it. Yeah, but I never would have expected this move. And sure enough, for the most part, the news was quite weak. Let's be honest. The news was not, worthy of a 104% move. Obviously, I love it. I love it. If you guys are winning, I'm all for it. But when I look at the income statement of the company, they're hemorrhaging cash. They're winning based on the fact that their inferior weight loss product, and it is inferior weight loss product if you really dig into the details, they announced today that they got their product in 2 nonprofit hospitals. They got their product in 2 nonprofit hospitals, and sure enough, 2 hospitals. Sure enough, the stock goes haywire. Just goes absolutely nuts. 718, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, how are you? This is Dan Pipitone. I'm calling regarding Trade Zero.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. Are we on the air?
Yes, you're live on the air. Are you calling from Trade Zero, or are you calling about Trade Zero?
I am calling. I am one of the directors at Trade Zero.
Okay, yes, I was contacting you on talking to you guys just now on Twitter. So yeah, tell us a little bit about your brokerage and what you can offer traders.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we do not offer services to guys in the U.S.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, we are looking into potentially establishing a partnership or a relationship with the U.S. broker-dealer. But right now, being that we do operate offshore, we're based out of the Bahamas, we do not open accounts for guys in the States.
Okay, now is that the policy, or is that is strict mandated? Well, I cannot, if I want to use your services, will I be denied access to your services because I live in America?
Yes. Unfortunately, the SEC has ruled that basically any website that is accessible from the United States is considered a solicitation of an account.
Wow.
And the rules are, if you're an offshore broker-dealer, you're not allowed to solicit accounts from the States. So, unfortunately, it's just how things are.
Wow, that's unfortunate. I mean, this again, we talk a lot about government, Big Daddy telling us what to do. I mean, you guys are offering an incredible opportunity for traders to trade, these stocks at ridiculously low prices. We should have access to that. It's really unfortunate.
I agree, and you know what? I will keep you guys posted if and when we do come to the States. I'm personally from the States. I've owned a broker dealer in the U.S. in the past, so I've been doing this for quite some time, since the '90s, and so we are looking into various options of bringing it onshore.
Definitely. We'll be definitely looking forward to it, and when that happens, we'd love to have you back on the show, man.
Great. Thanks so much. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Have a great night.
You
Bye-bye.
as well. Bye-bye. So, yeah. Thank you for, calling into the show, man. And sure enough, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The folks over at Trade Zero, the big man himself calling up into the show, guys. Got a little clout here, making me feel a little good. Oh, I got a little clout here. Yes, indeed. So shout out to the big man himself calling up and letting us know what the deal was. But, man, that would have been a great opportunity, wouldn't it? I mean, the guy offers, I think it's like 99 cents. He told me 99 cents a trade, 79 cents a contract. And there are ways that you can make your trade literally commission free. But, man, what a great opportunity that would have been. So I can't wait till, they can make that happen. I don't know how SureTrader does it, though, because SureTrader, I should have probably have asked them that. How does SureTrader do it? Because SureTrader says they don't want any, customers from the U.S., but I would give or take that a good percentage of their customer base is from the U.S. I believe it's $500 with Trade Zero, the minimum account. It's $500. To start. I don't think you have to maintain necessarily $500, but to start your account over there. But obviously, you can't be in the U.S. Hey, Bat Scientist, I saw you were calling in, man. Call back, Bat Scientist. I saw you were calling in. Yeah, would have been a great opportunity. Would have been a great opportunity. But I'm definitely going to be keeping watch. Right now, of course, the one everybody's watching is the Tasty Trade situation where, they're creating their brokerage. We're waiting on standby to see how, innovative that product is and, how that works. So we'll see. 202, you're on the air.
Hey.
202, are you on the air?
Let me talk, please.
Oh, man, come on.
Hey, this is your tech teacher. I can't find you. Where are you?
We got a crank caller, ladies and gentlemen. One of those. 919, you're on the air. Bad Scientist, what's good, man?
Hey, Sal, how's it going this evening?
Hey, good, man. How's everything for you?
Yeah, not bad, man. I struggled today with my brokerage firm, Wells Fargo. Those guys are idiots.
I mean, I knew Wells Fargo had a brokerage, but are they actually a brokerage you would consider comfortable using as an active trader?
Yeah. So I do most of my banking, my home loans. I do everything with them, and my wife actually got a deal for us. It's only $6.95 to trade for me because we do most of our banking. Car loans, house, everything is through them. So they gave us, a relatively good deal. But man, these guys, I don't know what their criteria is for trading OTC because, like I mentioned, like I posted in your chat group just now, I was only able to trade maybe one of the companies that I was looking into on the OTC market, and that's actually one of my picks that I want to suggest to sell traders. It's Pilaf, so it's kind of spelt like rice pilaf, but it's P-A-L-A-F, Pilaf.
P-A-L-A-F, Paladin Energy, OTC company, 7 cents a share, gained 6 cents today.
Yeah, so that one I could trade, but the one I was really going for, because of its liquidity, was SoonQ. So SoonQ, as we all know, used to be on the regular stock exchange as Soon, and then they got delisted. to SUNEQ. So that's SUNEQ. That's the one I wanted, and that's the one I was aiming to get into below 11 cents a share, and I couldn't do it. Like, I put the order in, it says we're restricted. I called in to the brokerage and I asked them, what are your criteria and what's the list of stocks that I can actually trade? They didn't have that information. So yeah, I'm just looking for another brokerage that maybe possibly I could trade on, because this is it's devastating, because I think I have a system where I can trade this. Of late, I just trade, the penny stocks on the basic exchanges like NASDAQ, Amex, NSE, and when I do that, I trade like the 5 cent to 10 cent stocks. I can't trade anything below 1 cent. And then, so it's a total disaster. So I need to find a brokerage. And thanks for all the guys on the group, Craig G, Nathan, and a few others that suggested, E-Trade or Scottrade, because that's what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah, I think for right now, E-Trade, TD, those are pretty much, or Scottrade. Scottrade, they're kind of funny with OTCs, but preferably E-Trade or TD for OTCs by far, in a way, are some of the best, because it's unlimited shares for one flat rate.
And they don't have a problem with marijuana stocks.
Right, no problem.
Fargo
no problem.
Has some social responsibility thing where they're like, sorry, we can't be dabbling
ridiculous.
in any.
That's absolutely ridiculous. But they're a financial institution, so they want to, they know it's bullshit. But at the end of the day, it's a bank at the end of the day. So
yeah. So I have a few more plays for everyone.
Go ahead.
I mentioned PALAF, which is PALAF.
Yeah, I see this is an Australian uranium production company.
Yes.
Okay.
And what I'm looking for, the play that, my strategy in playing especially these cheaper stocks, is looking for a multiple day run. So I don't typically get into them after day one. I look to see what the next day is going to be like towards the end of the day. I compare the volume between the previous day and the second day. If everything is looking good, so basically I'm looking for green candlesticks all the way, higher lows, higher highs, into day two. And then basically I'm playing at the end of day two into day three. Because with a lot of these stocks, especially the ones that go parabolic, you notice like PALAF or PALAF has a good, like a 5-day run.
Yeah, it's got a good 5-day chart.
Yeah, so that's the pattern that I'm playing. This is the one instant where I actually don't use too much in terms of like technical indicators. Because what I'm looking for specifically, and I've been studying these cheaper stocks, is you wanted to put a very solid day one. You also want a solid day two. And if I don't know if anyone on the show knows the Three Soldiers candlestick formation. You basically want 3 green candles that are, higher lows, higher highs. We can look it up, or you can look it up, but that's really the pattern that I'm looking for. It doesn't really have to be a Three Soldiers bullish candlestick formation, but I'm really looking for the second day to be better than the first, with very good volume. So if the volume drops a little bit, that's okay, but really ideally you want day one. If it's like 400,000 shares on day one, the next day you want to see 600 or 800,000 or 1 million. Day three, you want it even higher than that. So I'm looking for, it's a continuation play based on green candles, higher highs and higher lows.
And everything you've explained, I'm looking at SUNEQ, and that basically to the T is everything you explained, where I'm looking at the last 3 days in the stock, and we see here the Tuesday, strong Wednesday, incredibly strong day today as well. I mean, I'm doing the math right now. It looks like the stock is almost up, 70% over the last 3 days. So very impressive, run for Soon Q. But to people who are watching, is there more room here? Is there more opportunity for gain for somebody who's got, maybe a day trade left, for the week?
I think for Soon Q, why I picked that is it was known on the NASDAQ already for running up. Yeah. And even though they've been delisted right now to the OTC markets, I think there's still that sentimentality or that psychology that will run. I think there was some related news about them. I can't remember offhand what it was, but looking at that chart pattern, 3 solid days with increasing volume for each day, for me, I'd get into this. So, yeah, I even tweeted about my entry and exit points, and then I go on to Wells Fargo and find out I can't trade it. So,
oh, wow.
I planned the trade, but then the trade planned me. Or should I say Wells Fargo?
Oh, yeah, this would have been an amazing chart to have played on that rally.
The other pick, I've got 3 more plays, 2 more OTC plays. The other one is SAGD, so SAG for girl, then D for dog. SAGD, SAGD. That's also had like a 6-day run, parabolic run, where you're starting off 1.5 cents, and now it's at 13 cents.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Yep. SAGD. So I actually discovered a nice site where I can look up these stocks, and typically I'll go to like stockcharts.com, and then I pick the highest high volume runners. But another site that's better is, I think it's called just OTC Markets.
Okay.
So from there you can pick, for me, I want to see volume, but I also, because I'm not playing or don't want to play the 00 stocks, I'm looking at anything higher than 1 cent. So if I see very high volume and it's anywhere upwards of 1 cent, then I'm interested in it, because a 1 cent stock can easily go to 10 cents.
Yeah, man, that stock is up almost 1,100%, man. That's insane, man.
And you see the
in 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yep. And you see the same chart pattern that I'm talking about. Look for 2 consecutive days where the stock is up. You could get in on day 2, but day 3 would be more definitive. And you just look at the volume, look at each of those green candlesticks, especially in the last 5 days, where you're starting off with 174,000 on day 1, then it goes to 409,000 day 2, then in day 3, 518,000, day 4, 1 million. And that's what I'm looking for. Each day you're getting, that's the perfect setup.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, and then lastly, let me suggest a NASDAQ play, even though I'm concerned about the candlestick here. And it was a runner today, went up close to 25%, and that's FCSC. Fibrocell. FCSC. Fibrocell Science Inc.
SC. Okay, hold on. FC. Does anybody have that ticker? Because I'm not seeing it. FCFC.
F as in Frank, S as in Sunday.
Okay.
Sorry. S as in Frank, C as in condom. Then S as in sunny.
Okay.
Then C as in condom.
There we go. Okay.
FC.
Fibrocell Science. Okay.
Yeah, so you see that candlestick pattern, that's your typical shooting star.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a bad sign, but it's a bad sign at the top of the chart.
Man, that would have been
not
a great
somewhere
short.
in the middle. Yeah, at the at 117 where it went to. Excellent short. So so these guys got recently approved for some rare disease, and that's normally a good catalyst for these biotech companies, that because there are no cures for these rare diseases, if the FDA grants them a fast track for whatever cure they've got, then it means that they can bypass some of these loopholes that most of the regular companies have to pass through. So they were awarded fast track for one of their drug candidates, and yeah, pretty much the shooting star is bad, but that's at the top of the chart. So this is I'm already in this stock, and I waited for the end of the day to get into it. I'm hoping it can at least test the $1 psychological mark again, and maybe I can make a little bit of money on it, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Now, with that being said, that you believe it could test $1, then that means you believe it could happen as soon as tomorrow, possibly again. I mean, it would be something that would happen relatively early in the morning, and then I'm guessing you're looking to get out with the morning, buying.
Exactly. If it happens in the morning, that's precisely my strategy. Where if it does go up tomorrow, it hits $1, I'm out. And then if it actually holds and it manages to stay at $1, that means I can come back in, end of day and get it if it stays at $1. But of course, you talk about Tim Sykes' spikeability videos. This is a shining example of that it spikes up and then it just comes crashing down, basic pump and dump. So I got into it because it's relatively low risk. It's not at the top of the chart. I mean, you notice there's a multiple bottom that's at about 61, 62 cents in the last, 2-3 weeks. So at most, it'll come back down to about 60 cents. That's why I went into it. And I think I'm in the early 80s, like 84. Okay. So hopefully with the momentum it goes up, but I'll probably put a stop on it, probably at my favorite VWAP. But I believe on this one, VWAP is actually a lot higher. A lot higher than where I got it. VWAP is actually at 97 cents, and that's what motivated me to go into it in the first place. Is I got it at a good price based on the catalyst that came out on the news that came out. I think this is a fair price for this type of stock. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sal, and good call on the gold.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
All right, take care, Sal. Bye-bye.
All right. So shout out to Bad Scientists for those calls. So SunQ, SAGD, both of them are very, very, very nice. Both of them are very nice. I want to put them on my watch list. Absolutely insane, man. Absolutely insane. I think those two definitely deserve it, especially that SAGD. That's insane. And we completely missed that. I don't see how we missed that incredible opportunity. NEWC, we said was a contract winner today. NEWC. I have to look more into that. Mr. Lloyd, you back on the air. Mr. Lloyd. All right, I don't know. Maybe Bud dialed us or something. I don't know. Maybe Bud dialed us. So NEWC says was a contract winner. Announces $90 million purchase order for coal from a major steel trader for delivery to China steel mills. Look, man, wasn't there a company, about a week ago that made the announcement that they had some kind of $80 million beef order? Does anybody remember what that ticker was for that company? I want to see where they're trading at now. Do you guys remember that? There was a company about a week and a half ago that spiked up like 100% or more based on the fact that some Arab countries had decided to buy like $80 million worth of beef. I'm starting to see a pattern here developing in some of these OTC stocks that miraculously get these huge purchase orders for products to some foreign country. Yeah, Arbiz. There you go. Thank you, Jeff Turner. It was Arbiz. Where are they at now? Did they look at that? This is the $78 million beef order company. They're back. It's practically going back to where it started off at. So now when people bring up NEWC, I'm a little bit like, I'm a little bit hesitant. I'm a little bit hesitant to go in after that. 213, you're on the air. What's up?
Hello?
All right.
Say that again.
Oh man, these guys are funny, man. These guys are funny.
Perfect.
All right. Let these guys go, man. But anyway, Arbiz. Yeah, so after a situation like Arbiz, it's just one of those situations where how do you, follow into NEWC? Because when we look at NEWC, their quote unquote coal business is very suspect, man. It's very, very suspect. Very, very suspect. We'll see, man. 347, you're on the air. What's up?
What's good, Sal? How you doing tonight?
Hey, Big Shaq, what's going on with you, man?
What up, bro? Man, these fucking trolls, I don't know anymore, bro. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know.
I mean, look, they're gonna come, man. It's just, it's just fun now, man. It's just,
That's what I'm saying, man. It's just some entertainment for the night.
Yeah.
The other night when someone called, you played that Penis song. I was fucking dying, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was dying. But if it's cool with you, I'm just gonna tell you my 2 plays I did today.
Go ahead.
Because I played.
Mm-hmm.
First ETRM, of course. I played this like 2-3 times. I missed the morning spike on that, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to just jump in because I was thinking about getting at 350, but then it just kept going. So I decided for it to like form a base, and then it started like setting a base like a little bit below that the daily resistance, like at that $4 mark. So I got in there and I had a target of 450, but it just kept going. So I was like, all right, let's see where it can go. So I got out at like 470-ish after that drop down after it tapped like the $5. So I got like 470-ish.
Yeah.
And then after that, I got in again during that little consolidation period around 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I set a stop at, what was that? Like 450 at the low of that consolidation period. I got stopped out, took a small loss in that. I didn't do bigger size. I went half size in. And then I starting to form after that as I kept going down, I saw it set a higher low. So I got in around like 1450, 1416. I think I got like a 1416 average, something like that. And then it tapped at 450 again. And I was like, all right, we'll see what happens. Because they usually retest, especially when it's like such a day like today, like, it was like the hot stock of the day. So it retested, it couldn't do it. And at the time when it was retested, I was considering taking at least half off. But I didn't. And so I held it until that last spike drop at around 12 o'clock. And it was like, it's during lunchtime too. So, I mean, I shouldn't really held that long to begin with. I should have sold at like 11:35 when that first drop happened and it couldn't break over 450. Mm-hmm. So I took like a 15-cent win on it. I didn't really lose on it. But then I played it a last time. I really shouldn't have. So, still like half size for this one. When it started setting a higher low around like the 1 o'clock. And I set a stop below the support, which is like around like 390.
Oh, wow.
And I got stopped out on that. And then it was kind of like a dud for the rest of the day until late day. And I'm not comfortable holding things overnight, so I went into my simulated trade and I bought at like it must have, let me check the time. At 15:55 when I saw it consolidating at a higher, like the higher, it started from like a U shape. Mm-hmm. So simulated, I took some shares to see like what can go on, and it wound up spiking and now it's at around like 450 now. So tomorrow, I see. Now the thing with this is it had a good close, and
very good close.
I can see this. It had a pretty good close as compared to the other day with IDXG. It didn't have that good of a close, and it just had that morning spike, and then the Bears took over and just took it to shit. Just brought it all the way back down.
Yeah.
So with this one, I am expecting either a sell-off from the older nights. That would be a little more healthy, and then like a continuation for the day. Or if it has that morning spike, I'll probably sell into the morning spike on my simulated account, and then if see how it goes from there. But that's for ETRM.
Yeah, I mean that incredible buying towards the end of the day like that. I'm thinking is there more news coming out of here? Where's this heavy buying coming from towards the end of the day? Because typically you see a sell off towards the end of the day as people expect a red day the next day. But sure enough, I mean the stock is up after hours, and are we going to see another $1.02 put on this stock? That's going to be incredible, because it's been a while since we've seen a stock really, get up into the hundreds and then actually have a continuation day, the next day.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Hopefully it does keep going. I hope we do see that sell-off, and then it starts forming like a red to green type of move, or like that U shape. I love that pattern, man. It's so predictable for me, and so we'll see tomorrow. But Pac D is the other thing I played. I was going to mention this on the stream a couple days ago, but it was like the weaker setups for me. And on the daily, it was setting up that U shape, and I saw I had the first green day. I didn't play it then. The next day is the second day, so I was watching it today to see if we can get any more continuation. And I did. I played it in the morning, right when it broke over the highs of the previous day. I didn't get filled that many shares, probably because the volume was just shit. So I didn't really get filled too many shares. And then I sold at like around 5, because with no volume, it was continuing trend up, and like as usual with these stocks, it's the $0.50 or the whole dollar magnet. So I figured $5 is like the tip it would go. Like if it went above that, then I would expect more volume to come in. But yeah, so I sold it was like $4.95, and I was in ETRM at the time, so I just wanted to get rid of Pac D. So I was just like, and just take a small win on it, and then that's it. And it tested support back at like 12 o'clock of the prior day's high, and it bounced off of that. So that's a good sign that we could see a little bit more continuation tomorrow above the $5 mark. But we'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes.
There it is, man.
That's really it.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, man.
Thank you so much for calling, Big Shaq.
No problem, man. Have a good night.
All right. So there it is, guys. Big Shaq with his calls. Likes Pac D, likes ETRM. So it's going to be really interesting to see. I hope we get another day in ETRM, because typically when stocks do that, it can become really something that we start seeing a slight trend happening here, where you'll get a stock that goes 100%, and then maybe if ETRM can set a trend that, hey, we can get another 10 or 12% the next day, maybe other stocks will follow, because right now what we have is stocks shoot up. If we get to triple digit gains, the very next day, it's almost everybody expects to sell it off, so that could be something that can really change the way people think about huge runners, and that, maybe start developing a different kind of trend here moving forward. URRE, interesting enough, URRE sold off today. It's crazy, because we had some uranium plays that were running and some just weren't. And this just wasn't one that kind of caught up with the wins. Just didn't happen for it. T Stout, yeah, we talked a little about NEWC. I mean, if you're in NEWC, man, shout out to you. NEWC is one of those things that we tried to trade in the past, but it wasn't working for us. So I'm hesitant. When I get burned by a stock, I'm hesitant to jump back in it. I have a tendency to just kind of like, okay, that didn't work for me. Do I really see an opportunity, or am I revenge trading? And if I were to jump into NEWC, I'm so jaded by my first experience that I couldn't be comfortable even clicking buy in NEWC. And plus from what I know about the company too. All right, and the news that's out there, it's complete bullshit. But if you're in it, play the chart. I mean, it's been a wonderful 5 days for somebody. I mean, you're up over 100%. You're practically up 100% in the stock. URRE had a $12.5 million asset sale. Okay. What's going on, Sinclair? Sprint. You said Sprint could be resetting up. Yeah, Sprint. I mean, we haven't talked about Sprint in a while, man. We haven't talked about Sprint in a while. It's been, 5 days. Not bad, I guess. Depending on where you caught it at. Sprint's had a, so pretty not bad, crossing that 200 moving average. All right, so Sprint looking like he wants to try to do something. I'll definitely continue to watch Sprint. Not too long ago, we were talking about Sprint at some really impressive highs. And Sprint's not, it's not like it died or anything like that. It just kind of slowed up toward the end of the year. And, a little bit of consolidation. But Sprint looks like it wants to get back to winning ways. Sprint used to be one of those stocks that would put up 4 or 5% consistently. 4 or 5% consistently. It's slowed down since then, but maybe it could be back to doing some things. MUX. Yeah, MUX. If you guys remember, we talked about MUX yesterday. I talked about how the CEO is the guy who created the company. And, again, when gold runs, this stock runs because it is a mining company. So, MUX, big day today for MUX. I think it was actually on our biggest gainer list today. Yes, it was MUX. And so shout out to everybody who played that. I mean, that's an absolutely beautiful chart from morning to night. I mean, you get in there on my after 30 minutes, what I like to do after the first 30 minutes, you got yourself some gains. Even if you tested the oversold, you got in at a discount, you still made some gains toward the middle of the day. So again, love on a big day. I love playing oversold situations on big gain days because they have a tendency to pull back into winning ways to retest former highs in that intraday. So every dip on that chart, I mean every dip on that chart. If you're looking for truly oversold situations, every dip on that chart you got in, you were pretty much in the green not too long after. So on those big green days, there's some times when it doesn't work. I mean, we can look at ETRM going back to that chart. There's some times where, it may not work. Well, actually it did kind of work on that chart too, actually. Every time we touched 30, you were pretty much back into, we were way oversold here. So I love those. Again, when the stock is going higher, you get oversold. It seems like the momentum comes behind you, gets yourself into some gains. That was one of the situations that got me in SPY today, with that huge sell-off on the really unexpected futures. Sure enough, once that cracked that 20, that low 30, I love buying that. Love buying that. Love buying all oversold situations. Love buying that. EXK pullback. Treasure Hunter, I'm going to get you in just a second, Treasure Hunter. I see your call. Get you in just a second here. I got some people with some tickers in the chat room. Let's check them out real quick. EXK pullback. Okay. EXK pullback, same thing. Those, when you got a big green day, you get in a situation where people start taking profits. That RSI hits the low 30s, touches 20. I buy that all day, man. I buy that all day and hold out. And, it's not 100% perfect, but it's a high probability that you're going to get into the green, that you're buying it hopefully at a discount. Let me see some other things that people are talking about here MSTX. What is MSTX doing? I'm not even following MSTX right now. MSTX, not even following it, bro. Not even following it. Genesis Healthcare, sideways day for the stock. Genesis Healthcare, for me, this is pure long. I'm not even honestly following it. It's just one of those stocks where I believe in the business, I understand the business, and, just drop 1,000 and just forget about it, man. Just forget about it. It's one of those things that I'm just going to let time do what it's going to do with that one. RNVA, Renovo Health. This is a stock that has, spiked in the past, but Renovo Health, I don't know where they are in terms of compliance purposes. They've been trading below $1 for a long time, and one of those compliance notifications could drop any moment on this stock. You might want to go back in the history and figure out where they are right now with the compliance of trading under $1, because they can get that notice anytime soon now. If they're granted, another 6 months by NASDAQ, the stock will go nuts too. The stock would go nuts too. What else we have here? Orex. Price could shoot up between January 9th to 12th. Healthcare conference in San Francisco. Orex. OREX. Nice day today. Shout out to, I forgot the guy who brought up, I want to say it was OGIX. Who brought that up? Was it Select Start? Select Start. Let me know if it was you. I think it might have been you who brought up OGIX that we're talking about. It might have been you. OGIX. Or no, OGXI. Excuse me. It was OGXI. Was it OGXI? Because I think it's up huge after hours on a purchase of a privately held company. They're also changing their name to Achieve Life Sciences. So OGXI up huge after hours right now. Not sure where it's at right now. Let me see if I can. OGXI. Where are they at after hours right now? Yeah, I'm seeing as high as $1, 90 cents, 80 cents. So OGXI after hours, I'm seeing 90 cents right now after hours. They're up 55% after hours to 90 cents a share. OGIX. So that one right there, I wanted to announce that's probably the stock to watch tomorrow. I'm not sure what the float is on the stock right now, but OGIX after hours purchase announcement, purchase announcement, excuse me, of a company called Achieve Life Sciences, and OGX will be renaming their business Achieve Life Sciences following the completion of the merger. All right. Let me see here. What you got there? FTR. Let me see what's FTR. Frontier. Yeah, we talked about Frontier Cable. Why do you like Frontier Cable? They've long been considered a third-rate cable company. Michael B. Don't get me wrong though. It's been doing some things, man. It's been doing some things. Ever since Trump got elected, right? What is that? Let me see here. Can I find November on the chart? Actually, no, it's been losing. Yeah, ever since Trump got elected. Here's November 7th. So ever since Trump got elected, it kind of got back to some winning ways. And sure enough, FTR, because again, we've got a president who believes in competition within businesses, and is not interested in giving any big company majority interest in the business. And that's good, because Democrats tend to be very biased towards big companies, and they're not necessarily the most pro small business. So obviously, if you're a giant cable company, you definitely wanted Hillary to win, but you're a small time second-rate cable operator, then you're probably pretty happy that Trump got into office. Not too bad. Not too bad for FTR. Not bad of a chart. I mean, not something I would trade, because that looks like a dog to me. But there are ways you can find some gains in there. Yeah, I use TradingView and my broker E-Trade. Benzinga too as well. PSID, man, PSID is all over the map, man. It's got incredible volume, but PSID is just it does its thing, but it's just there's so many shares out there. It's just one of those triples that just needs to get a life, honestly. I'm not a big fan of PSID. I'm not a big fan. I just feel like there's just so many other companies out there that are doing fantastic. But I mean, look, it's an OTC stock. We know about the gains you can get in plays like this if you're positioned to win. We did that just the other day in that Bitcoin stock. I told you guys it possibly wouldn't, run multiple days. Although it kind of had a rough day yesterday. BTCS came back today with 11% gain. But we'll see. Even though Bitcoin, the index, the value of Bitcoins went down pretty hard today. 510, you on the air. What's up?
What's up, Sal?
What's going on with you? Who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is A. Brantley.
Hey, what's going on, A. Brantley?
What's going on, man? Hey, so I've been following this one stock. Remember when I brought up Staples?
Staples?
Yeah.
SPLS. Staples. Yeah, I mean it's got a good volume. What do you like about Staples? It seems like it's been kind of sideways lately.
So right now, I think they're about to see a lot of red in the future.
Okay.
So I think it's a good idea if anybody plays options to get some puts in.
Okay. Now, what makes you think that? I mean, it looks like they have been struggling this past year. What makes you think that they're going to see continued losses as the year progresses?
Because it's got some news out today that they're losing their partnership with the United States Post Office, so they're not going to be doing USPS or UPS in their stores anymore.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's going to get a lot of investors, away from this company when you get out.
Yeah, I see here. Again, this was one of those kind of Trumper stocks too that, November, as I'm looking here on the chart, November really took off, got almost as high as $3 a share since the election, and yeah, pulling up the chart and taking a little wider of a view, it's starting to give back those gains, man. And you got about $2 left in the stock that you probably could give back over some time.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Appreciate that. I'm definitely going to watch that. What else you got for us?
I mean, I don't really watch the penny stocks anymore. The mid caps now. I played ETRM today.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
I was going to ask you. I know people be scared to ask you. What you think might run tomorrow? Like, what's your big eyes looking at tomorrow?
Well, I mean, right now, OGXI with what they got going on tomorrow. See what that got. I love those little penny runners. We've seen in ETRM, and now OGXI looks like it's going to be the play tomorrow. We'll see how what traders think about that and how far they can take that stock up higher based on that news. I like probably the breakdown that's going to happen tomorrow on some of these gold stocks. I think you got a lot of, maybe some short opportunities in stocks like MUX, a couple of these other mid gold caps that, got really excited, got kind of a little overly hot today. You could probably short some of those.
What do you think about GDX?
GDX is, again, when Mr. Lloyd was on the line, we talked about that too. That's another one that's going to pull back. I mean, just if these prices continue to hold, I'm looking at gold right now, down 2 points, which is actually down from 3.5 about an hour and a half ago. So we'll see. Maybe that clears up, but I'm not seeing a huge sell-off. Seeing a huge sell-off, but I am seeing a reasonable pullback, probably the 22, 22.50. I'm not seeing a huge sell-off, but 5% in one day, that's a lot for ETF. So I think a reasonable, sell-off is due.
What's your Can I ask you what's your thoughts on steel?
You said on steel?
Yeah.
Well, I'm very bullish steel for the year. You know, we got a president who's saying he's going to play hardball on trade, and one of the biggest sectors where America has been losing for years and years has been steel. I mean, we've allowed other countries like India and China to dump just massive amounts of steel into America. I mean, Trump, he admitted himself that when he was building Trump Tower, he used Chinese steel because the incredible amount of discounts that were being offered when you used Chinese steel. So he believes that he's going to implement tariffs that are going to make the U.S. steel producers a lot more competitive to people who are looking to do construction here in America. So that's a good thing. So I like construction for the year, but obviously I think you take a position hoping that those tariffs do come down eventually. But I think now if you get in and you're patient, you can probably see some huge gains. Once some real paperwork is put down and Congress votes on it and gets approved.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's the thing about Trump is that we haven't seen. We got a lot of talk, but we got to actually see policy implementation. That's the thing, and I think that's when we start seeing the huge runs, man, incredible runs.
I hear that. What's your thoughts on AMD nowadays?
Oh man, AMD. I still like AMD long term. But right now, it's high. It is high up there. It had a great run. So right now, it is sideways. Been moving sideways since the last end of the year, since Christmas Day, pretty much, or the day before, or 2 days before Christmas. But I think if you're long, you'll still see some gains throughout the year. I mean, throughout the next several weeks. But as somebody who is a short-term trader, I think there's some other opportunities you can take advantage of right now. But if you're long, I don't think you have anything to be afraid of.
I was thinking about buying some puts on Monday for it.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, where do you see it going?
I see it going down past 11, maybe high 10.
Okay, that's reasonable. I can see that. I don't think we'll see 8s or 9s anytime soon, but I can see maybe 11 or 1040s, 1050s. But I don't ever see us touching 8, 9 anytime soon or anything like that. I think what AMD is doing is really good. Yes, they still make a lot of their money from gaming, but I think as we talked about here in the show, there's several different lines of businesses that are opening up that are becoming more and more important to them and to the industry and the Internet of Things as time goes by. And I think AMD's got some new lines of business that could open up, and I think people are excited about that. So I see some more gains for the stock eventually.
Okay, right on. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to let you go, man. But before I go, I just want to thank you again, man. If it wasn't for you, I would have never been in this stock thing, man, which I love doing nowadays.
Appreciate it, man.
I was scared about doing it. I was scared. Just started investing. I started watching the shows. Got me more confident. Kept studying. Got all the free torrents from you and stuff. And now I'm loving it, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, A. Brantley.
You too, man.
All right. So shout out to A. Brantley for the call, man. Thank you so much. And I appreciate, you guys saying that, man. It makes me feel like all this is worthwhile, man. I really appreciate it. I mean, that's, again, one of the reasons why I was on here is because I didn't see anybody on here, who looked like me, man. I was like, fuck, I'm going to start doing my own thing. And amongst other things, but to see so many people saying, hey, because of me, they felt like they can be confident enough to do it too. That's awesome, man. That really, warms a brother heart. You know what I'm saying? There's the options torrent, Samuel Castile. I hope I'm saying your name right. That's the options torrent. There's the options torrent. Angie's List. I haven't checked out on Angie's List. You guys know I was short on Angie's List for some time. I had to cover once it started kind of coming back into it. But Angie's List, you know, here's the thing about Angie's List. This it's a fucking horrible company. It's you know, the business doesn't make sense. I've said it over and over ago. But Angie's List has very, very dedicated mutual funds that are heavily invested in the stock. I mean, there are funds that own as much as 10 to 12% of the company. And what's going on is that when they start making purchases, they will drive the price higher. I mean, just no catalyst, no nothing. They just start buying into, or when they start selling off, then you get these aggressive sell-off. But Angie's List has a very dedicated, you know, following within these mutual funds and these funds. I think they've got like the California Teachers Pension that's got some money into the stock too. So it's one of those situations where I think as time goes on, as you know, they go into earnings and they start losing, and they finally start losing confidence of the funds, then we start to see the crack happen. All right, which is what basically happened in GoPro. You know, one of the reasons why GoPro was able to maintain $20, $30, $40 prices because they had huge investor funds, retirement funds invested in the company. As earnings, you know, seasons came and went, and, you know, the company released bad news after bad news, then sure enough, they relinquished their positions and the stock price came down. That's going to be the situation with Angie's List. The last earnings period, they won by, I want to say it was like a penny or two, specifically based on the fact that they cut marketing spending by almost 50%, if I'm correct. More than 50% practically. That's why you don't even see an Angie's List commercial anymore. If you've seen an Angie's List commercial this year, I would be surprised because they pretty much cut basically their marketing budget, and that's how they're hiding their losses behind that. And I think Q1, Q2, we're going to finally see, you know, that Angie's List is not the company people think it is. And I'm really excited about that because I think they're going to miss both times. And we'll see what happens because they can't continue to hide it any longer. They can't continue to hide it any longer. Well, I liked KGJI before they were smacked with that SEC investigation. If you remember, KGJI was smacked with an SEC investigation about faulty financial reports. So I was a fan of KGJI for a long time. You know, if you go back in the news, you might have to Google it, but they were smacked with an investigation not too long ago. But KGJI, man, it's been a struggle for the company. And sure enough, look what happened today. Gold went higher and KGJI did absolutely nothing. You know, it struggled to find any kind of a following. And, you know, Chinese play, Chinese stock, but it's got an incredibly low PE, but it just doesn't have a following, man. It just doesn't have a following. The volume's just not there. It's just not there for KGJI. And, you know, you can't get a stock running without momentum. You know, if it's got good news, great. But if good news doesn't bring buyers, what is it? 772, Treasure Hunter, you're on the air, man. What's up?
Not much, man. Just found your show, joined in. I know you about to knock off here for too long. Hey, I was going to say, you ever find out when you do a commercial break, when you use the bathroom, what you want us to watch kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't decided that yet. I mean, that's probably, for tomorrow. Like that's probably going to be tomorrow. You know, tomorrow's the Friday show. You know, Fridays, we kind of go all night here. Fridays we do about an hour weekly wrap up for an hour, and then after the first hour, it's pretty much no holds barred, wherever it comes up in your mind. We got some really great topics tomorrow. You know, Chris Brown versus Soulja Boy. You know, we got this situation where we got this hoax in Chicago where, you know, a disabled man wandered 100 miles away from his home and was all of a sudden kidnapped by, you know, teen black youth. I mean, it's just incredible. So we got a lot to talk about tomorrow, and you know, it's just gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, sweet. All right, man. Let me see. My trade for today was, let me see, I was watching ESEA, and it did a little dip today, and I was a little scared, like, oh, shit, should I sell? Should I hold?
Yeah,
So,
ESEA, yeah, that was the stock that you called yesterday.
Yeah. It was still up, though, but, it had me, like, a little scarce, like on the finger on the trigger. So I was looking at that, then all of a sudden this ETRM pops up, and I was hoping that, been on the dry shelf. So I cashed out on Ford and my some other stocks, and bought quite a bit of ETRM. But I'm thinking it might be some selling tomorrow. It usually is on Friday. Do you think that's going to run tomorrow or what?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about ETRM again. It had a very, very strong closing in the day. I don't know. I mean, based on what we've seen recently, stocks that end up this high give it back the next day after the first 15, 20, 30 minutes of the market day, after the heavy buying is kind of ran out. Then you start seeing people looking to get out of their positions. So personally, on history, I think it's a red day for ETRM tomorrow, and it's a pretty extensive red day, but we'll see. I can't predict the future, so we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah. And still sideways on my 00 play, my long-term IVFZF.
Yeah.
Yep. Still up, waiting for it to go past 2 cents.
Okay. All right.
But still not too bad on it.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep watching that one.
That's for sure. And SSI, one of my long-term campers, I didn't mention about it because it's still not doing anything waiting for that news, I suppose. But
yeah, SSI, rough day today in the stock, man. Lost almost 10%.
But I know what it did back in the day, so I'm still holding on to it and see what happens. If not, nothing happens by the time this news come out, I might take my gains and just move on.
It's gonna be really interesting because I'm looking at every time the stock was at that RSI level, and it actually picked up a nice, pretty gain at these RSI levels. So SSI, showing oversold here on the daily chart at touching almost 20, 25, about 24, 25 on the RSI, and looks like every time it's done that in the past, it's been pretty nice little run up there. But
hit that 30s and jump back up to 40.
Yeah. Decent volume today, almost 1 million shares traded. But we'll see what happens in it, man.
Yep. Yeah. All right, man. Those are my plays, cousin, and back to the show.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot, Treasure Hunter.
You got it, bro.
There it is, man. Appreciate him for the call. Jack Runner, you said you wouldn't be holding on to SSI. Yeah, it's too dirty for me. I mean, it had a huge fall. And when you're trying to recover from 30 cents, man, in companies like these that are very mature and don't necessarily have a lot of volatility, it takes too much time. So I would just let those go. But I mean, he sees something in it, and we'll see what happens. But I think, when you see a gap down like that, or it's not even a gap down, when you see a sell-off like that, 10%, you might have an opportunity for somebody who can come in there and maybe get, a nickel, a dime, a share. I mean, but does it make sense for somebody at $4 a share? You know what I'm saying? Does it make sense for somebody? You gotta go in there pretty big for it to make sense for you. That's the problem. You see here, Lubda's talking about PRAN, Pran Technology, 31% gain today. 31% today gained on PRAN. Nice move. Nice move on PRAN. 31% gain on that stock. Don't know anything about PRAN. Looks like they're a biotech play as well. Oh, yeah, we got the sound effects going today, man. And Speaking of this sound effects and stuff, I want to talk about, man, this could be R.I.P., ladies and gentlemen, or really the beginning of the end. I don't know if you guys saw the announcement today on Ruby Tuesday. Boy, that was ugly. Boy, was that ugly on Ruby Tuesday. I mean, you want to talk about just a complete disaster. Ruby Tuesdays, just absolutely insane, for them to come out and acknowledge that, because, I don't know if they could be able to make it back from that, man. I don't think they'll be able to make it back from that. So shout out to Ruby Tuesdays. We'll see you in the future, man. We'll see you at the crossroads, Ruby Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Ruby Tuesdays. Shout out to Ruby Tuesdays, man. Ruby Tuesdays is a real throwback, man, because Ruby Tuesdays back in the day, that used to be the spot. You know what I'm saying? That used to be the spot when, your mom gave you $50, $100, and you were going on a date or something like that, or you saved up that kind of money, and you took a beautiful young lady out to eat, and you let her order first because you were a gentleman, but really because you wanted to see how much it was going to cost you, because you only had $70 or $80. So you had to watch what you ordered, because, when you're taking a girl out to eat at that age, 20, 21, you ain't got really no money. So you hoping to God that bill comes just under what's in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ruby Tuesdays, man. A lot of good times for a lot of dudes. We'll see you at the crossroads, Ruby Tuesday, man. Yes, indeed. R.I.P. Ruby Tuesdays, man. R.I.P. Ruby Tuesdays. I see you at the crossroads lonely. Yeah. It's your boy Sal, man. There it is, man. See you at the crossroads, man. It's the beginning of the end, man. It's the beginning of the end. It's the beginning of the end. Just like Sears, man. Sears came out and said the same thing. Sears came out and said the same thing. Sears came out and said, they were closing, I think, 150 stores. They were closing 150 stores, Sears. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man, when Sears comes out and says that. Let me get the original one. I mean, this for Sears too, man. Craftsman. And I'm going to miss those Craftsman commercials, the little tools. Because I was never a handy type dude, but every time a Craftsman Sears commercial would come on, I would want one of those tool sets, man. So shout out to Sears. When my mama used to drag me to Sears, and we'd spend like a damn hour and a half. You remember when your mom used to take you to the store? And like you just hated the store, and you would just end up in the toy section for like a damn hour. And your ankles are hurting, shit like that. Your feet are hurting. And after a while, you're like, Mom, can we go? Damn. So shout out to Sears, man. R.I.P. to Sears, man. See you at the crossroads for Sears, man. And shout out to the people who work onto all these stores, man. So many jobs. A lot of people, looking for work. I understand the stress, man. I can't even imagine. Some of you guys are homeowners. You got bills. You got kids in college. Good luck to y'all, man. Sears, Ruby Tuesdays. Yes, indeed, man. Rest in peace. Yeah. Yeah. There it is, man. That's the news right there on the screen, man. Ruby Tuesdays announced today they missed estimates by 14 cents. That's huge. That's well over 100% off estimates, man. That's huge miss, man. The same store restaurant sales down nearly 5%. That's horrible news, man. That means they got to close up some locations, man. Yeah. GameStop. GameStop used to be that place back in the day too. GameStop used to be a place I could hang out at for an hour and a half. You know, because back in the day, GameStop would actually have the. I remember when it was called Funco Land, way back when. Does anybody remember Funco Land? That's when it was fun. Funco Land. And they used to have that little book where you can like see how much they would give you for your games and shit. That was when it was fun. Funco Land. And then all of a sudden it became GameStop, and then, you know, GameStop was cool at the beginning too. Now it's hella serious and shit. And most of the guys who work in there now, you know, unless you get like a nerdy group of guys who are like into a lot of shit, now you just got people who are just like, you know, need a job basically. You know, EB Games, yeah. You know, because back in the day, they actually used to have like, you can play a game there. They took out all the systems. You remember when you would go into GameStop or Funco Land and they would actually have like a game you can play against like some complete stranger? That's when it was fun. You know, I remember way back in the day, man, they used to have NFL Blitz. Oh, man, I would go there and play NFL Blitz for like an hour, dude. And way back when, NFL Blitz, if you guys remember the first one that was on 64, the best team that was on NFL Blitz was the Denver Broncos. Terrell Davis, John Elway, and I forgot the name of the receiver, something Smith. And it'll just be Terrell Davis, John Elway all day. Just hand it to Terrell Davis. That's basically all you had to do in Blitz. You know. Yeah, that was the shit. That was the shit. Yeah, the guys who work there now, they don't really play games like that. If they do play, they play, you know, World of Warcraft, and that's like the only fucking game they play. World of Warcraft. What's that other game that came out? It's like that's pretty much all they play is World of Warcraft. And then that one sword game where you play like a knight and shit like that, and you can like rob people on trails and shit. I forgot what it's named. The Glareth, something like that. I forgot the name of that game, but it's a pretty good game. I would always like kill one of the guys on the horses and like take his armor. That was a good game. I'd take all the armor, but that fucked up the whole game though. If you steal somebody's armor, because then you had all the guys chasing you all day. Yeah. Tecmo Super Bowl, yeah, that was way back then. All right. And then AN. I forgot the name of that game where you steal people's armors and shit. And it's a talking game, you know, that you talk and then you buy shit, you stop at the cabin and you buy armor and all that stuff. Not that Nuclear Devastation game. I forgot what that other game was. God, now it's going to bother the shit out of me with that. Tecmo Super Bowl, League of Legends, the Bill Betts. All right, guys, so let me see here. And then NAN, Natural Nano, 10 cents a share, almost up 100% today on what news? Jesus, man. This stock is up from 2 cents a share. So this stock is technically up over 100%, over 800% since Tuesday. Since Tuesday? Yeah, Skyrim, that's the name of the game. Skyrim. Yes, Cade, thank you. It is Skyrim. Skyrim, I used to play Skyrim a little bit, man. And Skyrim is like Final Fantasy. I think the last Final Fantasy I stopped on was like, shit, man. I think it would have been like 8 or something like that. I love Final Fantasy, but it just takes so fucking long, dude. But don't get me wrong, the storylines are amazing, man. I loved Final Fantasy. Love Final Fantasy. And I wish they would bring back Shenmue. Shenmue was a game that was on the, I want to say it's the Sega Saturn if I remember. No, I think it was Dreamcast. I loved Shenmue. Shenmue was fun. But Final Fantasy was the shit, man. I love Final Fantasy 7. I still think Final Fantasy 7 is the best ever. I mean, they've had some really good Final Fantasies, though. They've had some really good ones. Elder Scroll, yeah, Elder Scroll was the shit, too. You know? There's some good games, man. Let me see here. People staying and eating pizza. Yeah, Shenmue's the shit. Shenmue, I mean, you can download Shenmue now and play it on your computer. You can download Final Fantasy 8 and 9. Yeah. And those were the games that way back when you would play Final Fantasy and then you would go to Game FAQs to download the FAQs. I know I've talked about this. I used to do that. I would go to my school library at lunch and I would fuck up their whole, paper and download like a 50-page FAQ walkthrough of the whole fucking game. It was hilarious. NAN was an insider pump. I mean, a great insider pump. Look at that, man. Almost 96% gain today alone over the fact that, it's up almost 800%. Where is this going? I'm definitely going to put that on our watch list for tonight among some of the biotech plays we know are going to run. But there's some games that I haven't played the new Titanfall. I need to get a hold on the new Titanfall. And shout out to PS4, man. PS4 sold over 6 million consoles this summer, man. I mean, this Christmas break. Yeah, shout out to them for that. Over 6 million consoles this summer alone. I really hated giving up my I remember giving up my PS3. Man, I souped up my PS3. I put a 7200 RPM hard drive in there. It was 1 gig. That thing was souped up, man. That thing was souped up. I still had the old fat one. It wasn't the slim one. I think it was redesigned. But even, was it the PS2? I don't know if I put a hard drive in my PS2. No, I don't think so. I don't think you could in that one, right? I don't remember. It's been a minute since I played a PS2 game, or even seen a PS2 for that matter. It's been a minute. Yeah. For PS3, I still had the Gen 1, and I replaced the hard drive. The original hard drive in the Gen 1 was slow as fuck, so I put in a 7200 RP, and it was the shit after that. Assassin's Creed movie. I don't know, man. The Assassin's Creed movie kind of looks. I hope it's good, man, because they fucked up. They really fucked up Prince of Persia for me, because I was a fan of Prince of Persia, but then the movie was like, what the fuck is this? MMOs are too slow. Yeah. Yeah, some people, if you don't like MMOs, then you probably like stuff like God of War. You probably like stuff like God of War, Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed, shit like that. Stuff that's a little bit more aggressive. It moves a little bit faster. I didn't see fences. I tried to look for fences on Ice Films or on Ice Films, and I think another little app that I have on the Kodi stick. But for whatever reason, I can't find a good server to pull it up. Let me see here. All right, so let me see here what other. We got a pretty good list, but I want to find a couple more stocks we could possibly look into. Because, we got a short week next week. No, we got a full week next week. We have a full week next week. I would love to find a stock that I can go into tomorrow and hold into next week. But what's the catalyst, though? I mean, news moves so fast, and the stock that's hot today, then by Wednesday, it's not. I'd love for us to find a Friday to Friday play. And we talked, a little bit about Sprint. we talked a little bit about Sprint, and looking at Sprint, it's the only thing it's a little bit high. So the commitment has to be pretty big. And I don't know if the gains are there. BPMX. I'm looking for a good Friday to Friday. BPMX, okay. The trend in BPMX looks not bad. Since the first of the month, anyway. Let me see here. What does the 90-day chart look like? All right. Not too bad. It looks pretty safe there at that 40, that 38.40. RuneScape. Yeah, RuneScape, man. That's a real throwback game, man. RuneScape, that's a real throwback game. RuneScape, you're talking about what, like early 2000s, bro? .com era. VRBT. Hey, give me that ticker again, Lubda. Yeah, Trump did kill Ford today. But, it was already up pretty big off that announcement that yesterday, not yesterday, but also that they were going to build that factory or not build the factory, or cancel the factory that they were building out in Mexico. You guys remember that? And then Trump came out and said, no, hell no to that Toyota plan to build in Mexico. I can't wait till this guy gets inaugurated. I honestly can't wait because, you got a lot of people out there that fear the guy. I'm not afraid of him. At the end of the day, the man is 70 years old. Enjoy him while he's here. Because I don't think we'll ever see a guy like him ever again, honestly, in our lifetimes. Enjoy him while he's here. So, really, really interesting to be able to share the ability to see a guy like that, because we've never seen anybody like Donald Trump, and I don't think we'll ever see him again. I think after Donald Trump, you go back to the classic American politician, Ivy League education, blue blood connections. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't think you'll ever see any guy like that again. I think the political parties will make sure you don't see any guy like that again. Yeah. CBAC. China Back Bakery. China Back Battery. I'm really hesitant about the Chinese companies unless they're like OBTT or they got like insane low float like that. One for my options players, I'm really liking Caterpillar right now. At these prices. Caterpillar, it's one of those situations where it's kind of stretch it out if you're going to look into a call for Caterpillar. I like it at these levels. It's a pretty safe trade. Caterpillar. A lot of people have wondered where the money's going to come from for infrastructure spending. If he's going to cut taxes, where is he going to get the money to grow infrastructure? Where is the commitment going to come from? Where's the money going to come from to pay for that? I think he can find it. He can find it with a trade, correcting our trade imbalance. So I think the money is there. So I like Caterpillar long term. All right. I think the first 100 days for Trump are going to be incredible, man. The first 100 days are going to be incredible. I think you're going to see, forget about the whole, national policy in terms of, I think he's very weak on social issues. A lot of the social issues he brought up during the elections, I think those go to pasture. Because I just don't think he gives a fuck about these social issues out here. I really don't think he gives a fuck about Black Lives Matter. I really don't think he gives a fuck about who's gay and who's not. I don't think he gives a fuck about transgenders using the bathrooms. I just don't think he gives a fuck. I really don't. But I do believe he gives a fuck about growing American businesses. You know? CBIO. Yeah, we just pulled that up here. Hold on. CBIO, 4%. Okay. CBIO, you think CBIO is a pretty good trade here? See, I'm looking at the chart. I'm afraid of a breakdown here, man. I'm afraid of a possible breakdown here. But it looks like it's been holding that price for almost a week and a half. So that could be the new floor for that, man. That could be the new floor for that, CBIO. I'll watch it, though. Pre-tax. Custom closets. What do you mean about that? Pre-tax. Let me see here. Bully on Wall Street. Love it. Whatever Trump. Yeah, everything that Trump says moves the market, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. You know, look, man. Game recognized game, man. And, you know, he's got his little, you know, Donald J. Trump dream team, man. Billionaires upon billionaires. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who didn't want to leave their businesses to be on his cabinet, he's got them as a quote-unquote advisor. Basically, they're going to be in his ear giving him, you know, hey, this is the game. I need you to go do this. Yeah, the rich always win, man. This is America. The rich always win. The game is set up for them to win. Have a good night, Joe Flores. You guys know that. I've said that several times on this show. If I gave you guys $1 million right now, you know, you could probably double it or triple it on the exchange, man. But the fact that you don't have a lot of money, you can't take advantage of opportunities you see in the chart. You see the opportunity, but because you know you don't have the capital to take advantage of the opportunity, you're forced to make, you know, to sit back and miss opportunities, or if you do take advantage of it, you don't get the gain you really want or could have made if you had more money. You know, so the game is set for people who have a lot of money to win over and over and over again. You know? Iron Hands making fun of my Oprah farts joke yesterday. Yeah, later. Good night, Joe Flores. Evoke did well. What did Evoke do? Let me see. Evoke. EVOK. Evoke Pharma. 5% gain. Yeah, it was really interesting to see Evoke hold into that. And then that's really interesting because Evoke was the hot stock yesterday. And sure enough, I would love it if ETRM ends up like this. If ETRM ends up like this, that would be a good day. That would be a good day. So the stock got higher yesterday, went sideways. And if ETRM can handle tomorrow and get, 5, 6, 7%, that's not bad. That's not bad. And you would pretty much have to, intraday trade it and try to find some gains in between the numbers. All right, you'd have to find, some gains in between the numbers here. All right. So intense selling in the morning, slight pullback, but finds buyers, retest the high, and then you just, find, and then it's all about you trying to find opportunities, in between the numbers here, in between the lows and the highs, meaning you'd have to kind of go in heavy on these micro moves, and try to scalp what you can. If you've got, if you got the day trades. If you don't have the day trades, then you're possibly looking at maybe another setup like OGXI, what OGXI is doing. Then you probably have more of an opportunity to make some money. OGXI looking like it's setting up really nicely. I mean, the fact that it's up 55% after hours, that's incredible. If it can do what ETRM is doing, what it did today, if you can find yourself in a situation like this with OGXI, where you have that huge run up in the morning, you already know the pullback is coming, right? You already know the pullback is coming, and you follow the pullback to the first, lowest RSI point, 20, maybe if it breaks 20, you know, then you try to jump in on that. Maybe you try to jump in on that and see what you can get. Or if you're good, now that we know what's going to happen, maybe, you know, you catch the run up. You catch the run up. And some people do that by putting in their orders now. They'll put in an order now and maybe be able to catch the price as the market opens. Because right now it's all a guess. That's why it's up so high, because they've got people going in there just guessing what the market could open up at. And you're hoping to God you don't put in a price too high where, you know, you get filled and then 20 seconds later you're down 10, 15%. So you put in a conservative order amount, you know, if you're that type of guy who wants to do that. You know, personally, I like that first pullback, you know, because you know the momentum is there. Wait for the pullback, get in at a discount price, and try to see if you can catch one of these things. You know, that you can catch one of these things. This is a 30-minute move right here. You know, catch that bottom on the RSI, you know, touches that lower band. In fact, let me use my cross is what I use. You catch that lowest RSI point, you know what I'm saying, and 30 minutes later, ride it back up to the highest point of the RSI. Just touch the band, and then you're out for a gain. What was that? That's 385 to 442. So, all right, about 56 cents move per share. You know, that's you know, and I'm kind of going through the motions as if this is what I would do if I was playing that, you know. Because as you plan your trades, I mean, I think you guys do the same thing I do, right? You hope and you conceptualize what you would do depending on how the chart sets up. You know, trying to set it, you know, set your game plan up. VRTB, you guys are bringing up VRTB. What is VRTB? Vestin Realty Mortgage. Is it up after hours or something? What's going on? 11% day today. I don't know why it was up today. It's kind of one of those companies. I don't see any action here. I see you know, maybe a previous move here. That was pretty nice. I don't know what happened here, but FTR going to $4. You know, Frontier going to $4. Could be. I mean, it's had so far it's having a really great January. It's having a really great January. You're up almost 50 cents a share, about 43 cents a share right now. BUDS, BUDZ, weed. BUDZ. Oh, okay. Up. Yeah, that is up pretty big, man. Damn. That's a good little pump that's going on here. BUDZ. BUDZ. That's a pretty nice little pump that's going on right there, man, on BUDZ. Shout out to BUDZ. That's a really, really nice little pump there, man. You know, that's a nice pump right there. You know, let me give that one to Yodo, man. 100% alone today, but the stock is up almost 300% since, what was that, since Christmas Day? Or since actually 10 days before Christmas. The stock is up about 300 to 400% on BUDZ. So it must be a nice little pump going on over there on BUDZ. In fact, I'll put that on the list to watch. I don't know if it'll have just as good of a day tomorrow. It looks like it is quite a bit of a scary play, so be very careful. Be very careful in this because it looks like it can definitely do some wild movements. But when you catch it at these bottoms, man, these oversold. I love these oversold prices. You know, I love RSI, man. It's not always effective, but it's high probability trade. Trading simply on RSI and then support and resistance. But I know many of you guys have some other complicated ways, and my ways looks very basic compared to what some of you guys are doing. BMXC, 22%. BMXC, 22% move. Double zero stock. BMAX. I like the volume, man. That volume is insane, man. I hear you said, how do you keep track of the tickers? I have a sometimes I keep an Excel file. Also, if you have sticky notes, if you have Microsoft Office, not Microsoft Office, if you just have Microsoft, Windows. If you have Windows, you should have sticky notes. And I always have sticky notes up with some tickers that I use. But also an Excel file too is good. You start off with your date, and then stocks that you want to look at, interesting prices that you saw it at, and then try to update yourself. You can do that as well. But Excel is a really good way to stay organized too. Excel. Or sometimes just, a little Word document. Get your little self a little Word document. Create yourself a little, little chart. You know what I'm saying? You guys know how to do this. This is, high school level stuff. Fill it in, your ticker, prices, things you're interested in. Maybe look why you setting it up, why you like it. That's what it's called. It's literally called Sticky Notes, slap the ass. It's called Sticky Notes. It's an app on Windows called Sticky Notes. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's called Sticky Notes. I know one of you guys know what the hell I'm talking about. I know I'm not the only one in the world who's got sticky notes on their computer. Not literally sticky notes. I'm talking about, the little app Sticky Notes on Explorer. How do you see the level 2 on OTC market? Won't work on mine. Your broker should have that, man. If you got TD or E-Trade, you get free level 2. Yeah, you get free level 2 on TD or E-Trade, man. Yeah, I know I'm not the only one with that. Google Spreadsheet. Yeah, Google Spread. There he goes. Appreciate that, Sridhar. Google Spreadsheet. You can do that as well, man. You can do that as well. I'm going to make a video about that too, where you can plan your trades, set yourself a note. You know what I'm saying? Create yourself a little table. Why I like the stock. Write some notes down that, you remember about it. And then, into the day, you can review your notes and hopefully help you organize yourself a little bit better. And also your broker, 9 times out of 10, your broker has a way where if you're doing a screen, you can download that screen, the results of your screen, into an Excel file. I know E-Trade does that. I'm not sure if TD does, but in E-Trade, you can download your screen as an Excel file. So if you want a situation where I'm pulling up, every gold stock that's, up 5% over the last, week, I can download that and to put it in an Excel file, and I have it, as I trade during the day. So I'm not constantly having to keep those results up. TD has Notepad too. Yeah, there it is. You're new to the Tasty News. Yeah, Tasty's got the application out. Let me see if I can pull that up. In fact, it's still up here. Let me see here. Here's that. We're still waiting for them. I'm still waiting for the email. I haven't gotten the email yet. Have you guys gotten the email? I haven't gotten the email yet. But here's the news on Tasty. $5 unlimited shares. I haven't gotten any news on what they're going to say about OTCs at all. Options are $1 per contract. No per trade fee, so it's just $1 per contract. Stocks, again, $5, unlimited shares. Futures, $2.50. All closing trades are absolutely free. All closing trades are absolutely free. So when it comes time to closing your trade, absolutely free of charge. That's awesome. That adds up. For those of you guys who are like me, you're making 20, 30 trades, a month. That's incredible savings right there, man. That's a couple $100, in your pocket. That's a couple $100 in your pocket. So we'll see. Hopefully they don't have, a huge, requirement like, oh, you need 10 grand or some bullshit like that to get started. But I doubt it. Does anybody use their one that they got right now, the broker that they have right now? Because I know they have a brokerage right now, right? But I think they've closed adding people to that one because everybody's getting switched over to this. This is tastyworks.com. This is Tastyworks. I don't know anything about futures. If anybody knows something about futures and would like to teach us about futures, give us a call. My show's been, the number to the show's scrolling at the bottom. But I would love somebody to introduce us to futures. I've been told futures has, just as much, if not even better, leverage than options. I don't know how you can do that. There's this black woman that has this, she calls herself the E-Mini Mom. And supposedly, I think that's her website too, like eminimom.com or something like that. And she basically trades the E-Mini, all day, every day. And she supposedly makes about $4,000 a week trading just purely the E-Minis all day. All day. And she calls herself the E-Mini Mom. I don't know if she's just simply like an affiliate marketer or she's actually a legit trader. I sent her an email trying to get her on the show and get her to explain, what it is she does. The E-Mini Mom, she's a former kindergarten teacher that supposedly discovered E-Mini futures and has been able to trade herself into wealth. Again, this is all, allegedly. Trading views, you could put out a watch list, charts, also paper trading. Trading views got a lot of little options that I don't even use, man. They've got some lot of little options that you can use, like, they've got their own little built-in kind of screener thing, into the site. They've got a little screener, they've got a strategy tester. You know what I'm saying? You can create your own indicator. It's got a little trading pattern where you can do trading view paper trading. They do have their own paper trading account. Also FXCM for those of you guys who trade Forex. I'm going to make a Forex video too because there are a lot of black people out here scamming other black people to getting into Forex, these Forex scams, where they're basically telling each other to go and buy $190 a month programs that are not helping people. Where you can go to FXCM, get an account for $50 and start trading Forex, and you're not paying anybody per month to do it. But yeah, TradingView's got a lot of things going on that I don't even use. But yeah, they've got some overbought situations. It's got some good screening stuff. You got overbought, volume leaders, market gainers, you know what I'm saying? Stocks that are reaching a new 52-week low. You got that listed. That's really good. Stocks that are reaching a new 52-week high. You get that listed. So there are a lot of little things you can do, that it helps. I know you guys probably don't see it as well as I do. Yeah, well, a lot of little things that it can do. It's a powerful program, man. Yes, TD also has Forex too. Yeah, man, got that fresh lineup, man. You know how it is. Got to go to the hood. Got that crispy cup. Yeah, I get a haircut typically twice a week. Twice a week I get the haircut. You know, or it's a haircut in the lineup. Either 2 times I get a haircut, or it's a haircut in the lineup. I use E-Trade right now, but I'm leaving E-Trade, man. And I'm waiting for this Tasty Works. I'm waiting for this Tasty Works, or I'm gonna move over to E-Options. But I got to do something because I'm playing options now. I'm still doing penny stocks, but I'm getting a lot more in love with options because I use very little money and the returns are just absolutely insane. Can is that scam, Desert Edge. You like Can? Can is that scam, bro. Can is that scam. You know, Can is that scam, but you know, it does move though. It does have quite a following. CEMP. And has anybody tried to load their option plays to Profitly? I don't know if Profitly it takes the option plays. I'm not sure yet. I think they take anything, right? They should be able to accept anything. My only thing about Profitly, I just hate the fact that it's like making Tim Sykes rich. I mean, it's a social network. That's basically what it is. If somebody comes out and buys it, then, you know, the only one getting rich is him. And I don't like building, you know, other people up like that. Let me see here. E-Trade Pro, Can, CM, Baba. Yeah, Baba has always been going insane. Baba options have been going insane for last several days, man. Baba options have been going insane for last several days. I mean, you know, Baba options. The only thing about Baba options that they're expensive as fuck, bro. Yeah, man. Dude, I have a right to hate, man. I have a right to hate. Dude is filthy rich, man. Tim Sykes is filthy rich. I have a right to hate, dude. Dude doesn't even trade anymore. He trades like once a week, man. Tim Sykes trades like once a week. I have a right to hate. Dude's making M's just recycling shit. You know what I'm saying? But get your money, though. I mean, get your money. Yeah, personally, I recommend ETFs. I'm in love with the ETFs. You know, I'm in love with the ETFs, man. But just make sure whatever options, whatever stocks that they're liquid. If you want to, you know, make sure that they're liquid. You know what I'm saying? Look for, you know, the Caterpillars of the world, Amazon, Baba, of course, the most liquid, you know, ETFs. In fact, you can Google that in you know, most liquid stocks for options, most liquid ETFs for options. Lists will come up. And that's really the only stuff you want to mess with. Like right now, I've said it many times, I only mess with SPY, SPY. That's all I mess with. The Optionetics DVD that we give. If anybody knows another options DVD, let me know. But we give away that 9-hour DVD on options. You know, it teaches you a couple strategies, but it's more geared towards the buy and hold, which isn't a bad thing. But it's more or less for someone who doesn't know anything about options. That's basically a good start. That's a good start. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Travi, for the Discord link. Look at the daily chart pattern on Can. Zach buying for 325. Let me see. Yeah, it looks similar. I could see your similarities there. Very similar when we look at Can. And we see the setup here. It looks pretty similar. Looks pretty similar. I'm not sure where that's headed though, man. I have to figure out where that's headed on Can. Yeah, SPX, RUT, NDX, IWM. I like those, Jeep man. You said not enough price action? Okay. Yeah, I like those, man. I like the SPYs and the, GDX and all those other ones. JNUG, JNUG, JNUG. That's let me get them back to the dailies. JNUG, that was huge today. JNUG was huge today, man. That was an incredible move on JNUG. What else? USO. USO is another one that's got pretty liquid options. JCPenney's got good liquid options. CHK, Cherokee, Chesapeake Energy, which should have a red day tomorrow. Yeah, Lee Yu, they told me about that too, Lee Yu. Yeah, if I do a certain amount of trades on each trade, they lower your commissions. But my thing is, dude, even if they lower your commissions, they'll never get as low as some of these other companies out here. They'll never get as low as Trade King. They'll never get as low as, what Tastyworks is trying to do. Trade King is another one that I'm looking at. I opened up an account at Trade King. You said, what pattern do I trade mostly? I don't know. I like Head and Shoulders. I like Head and Shoulders a lot. That's a pretty predictable pattern, is the Head and Shoulders. But other than that, man, I'm really just kind of looking for, oversold, overbought positions, man. That's really, at the end of the day, what I'm looking for, and then trying to retrace it on the supply and resistance that I've already selected before the day, So I would look at maybe, something I was doing really aggressive. Go back to the SPY chart, SPY today. Basically something like this, where I'm trying to figure out where am I going to be at on the chart, and again, trying to catch oversold and overbought positions. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I don't know about Fibonacci, though. I don't know too much about Fibonacci. Still learning. 530, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? I just call on to see what you guys, or what you were thinking about the stock Buds. It's like blowing up yesterday and today. I almost bought in today. Kind of pushed out, and it's kind of looking maybe still like it's got some more left for tomorrow. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, somebody in the chat room said Buds is like, a huge pump that's been going on right now. And supposedly the stock is like defunct or whatever, and there's no real operations going on there. But I mean, people are playing the chart.
Yeah.
It's got insane volume, and I mean, look, they're letting it run. So I mean, I expect another probably great day tomorrow. I mean, it's had the last 4 days has been insanely hot.
And crazy, yeah.
Yeah. So why not jump into it? Just be careful, and I wouldn't hold overnight in this. But so far, it's been doing really good.
Yeah. I've been looking at that one. Another pump is what is it? PTCO. I was in that one and sold a couple days ago, and now it's like still like pumping hard.
Wow, PTCO. Yeah, that is a beast. God damn. Yeah, that's been a pretty good climb there, man. 110 to 228. You're over up 40%?
Yeah, it's doing good. Yeah, I got in at like 120 the other day, and I sold it. I think I sold it like 185, and then just abandoned, like too scared to buy back in, kind of.
Damn, man, that's an insane run, man. That's an insane run.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, that was a nice day, But yeah, right on. Well, so you the buzz is just kind of it's like it's just another pump, basically, like just a hype.
Yeah, but I mean, play the chart, man. I mean, these pumps can get you gains. I mean, you know that. So, these pumps can get you gains. People, it's just all about making sure you're not the guy holding the bag. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that matters.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Right on. Well, hey, thanks a lot for your free shows and stuff. I've been watching them for the last couple of weeks here and been, gaining some information and picking up a couple things here and there from you, and I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, and call back with some tickers anytime, man.
Yeah, right on. Cool. Well, you have a great night, and thanks a lot.
You as well. Appreciate it.
Yeah, bye.
All right, so shout out to 530 for the call, man. Yeah, call back with some tickers anytime, man. Like cool calls like that, man. You know, got on the phone, got straight to the point, and, you know what I'm saying, kept it moving. Scottrade, $7 a trade, 70 cents a contract. See, I want lower than that. $7 a trade is high, man, for 2017. You know, look, slippage, you got to understand how important slippage is, man. When you're looking at your 2016 results and you realize you spent over $2,000, $3,000, you know, in fees, that shit pisses you off, dude. That's a lot of money for fees, bro. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. You know, that I would love to spend on another, you know, that's a trip to Vegas, bro. There's a weekend trip to Vegas. You know, wherever you live right now, you could probably take a flight to Vegas right now for less than $500. Hotel, you know, you don't even have to get the best hotel. They'll probably, you can, you know, visit some websites. They'll comp you a 2-night hotel. You know, does anybody pay for hotels in Vegas now? You can get comped a night or two. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these hotels, I mean, a lot of these casinos, they just want you to show up. Just show up with the flight. You know, call up one of those casinos and say, hey, I'm interested in a trip to Vegas, and I've done this one for, hey, what can you do for me? They'll copy your room for a weekend. The only thing is, you can't pick the date though. They'll pick the date. They'll say, hey, we can give you, a free 3-day, 2-night stay on April, so and so, and then you just plan the flight around it. And for $2-3 you have yourself a good time. You know what I'm saying? Bring a nice little breezy, or your girlfriend, or your wife, or whoever it is. Have a good time. BTCO. So yeah, I want my slippage. I don't want to, give that away. That's money just going down the drain. You said you get a free room every year on your birthday. That's what's up, Big Slim. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about the free room stuff, man. These casinos will give you free rooms, bro. Just give them a call. Say, hey, I'm trying to make something happen. What you got? Hi, will Ren go? Well, Ren was at 43 and then it kind of collapsed on us. Yeah, Ren is one of those stocks too, man, that has exploded before. Ren is very low float too, so you gotta be careful on that. Yeah, Bad Scientist, I'd like to do something like that this year. I would definitely like to do something like that this year. Robinhood. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the thing, though. I mean, they're giving you a free room, but yeah, they want you to hit the casino floor and spend some money. But I mean, they don't track you, though. I mean, you don't have to go to the casino and spend no money. They don't track you, though. I mean, the very fact you're there, you're gonna spend some money. You're gonna order some room service. You're gonna spend some money in the hotel, at the casino. You can't avoid it. Halo. Let me see. Halo. Drives. All right, we haven't talked about Halo, but Halo's been another stock. Damn, man. We're missing these runs, dude. People calling up with the show with these stocks, and I'm like, dude, how are we? I don't remember anybody bringing these up. That's why I said no scanner is perfect, dude, because I swear you do scans and it doesn't always pick it up. It doesn't always pick it up. Even though you pick some badass criteria, you'll still miss some decent plays. Let me see here. What's Kara at? No, never mind. But, tomorrow I'm on this MUX for the short. And I already got my planned exit, which is this 358 level on MUX. I already got it planned out. I don't think we'll come back down to the 320s, but I think I can get, this 25, 23 cents a share here. We'll see. And it's not hard to borrow. IB less than an option to trade, less than $1 per 100 shares of stock. Yeah, Interactive Brokers. Yeah, Interactive Brokers. I've already told you guys how to get around that 10K minimum for Interactive Brokers. So if you're over the age of 23, Interactive Brokers says that you've got to have at least $10,000 or more to open an account at Interactive Brokers. Here's the thing. They've got a back door that they don't really tell a lot of people about. All right? If you lie about your age on Interactive Brokers and you make yourself like 21, they don't actually check. They don't actually ask you to submit like any identifying information. Even though you put in your birthday, right? Just put in a birthday that makes you younger than 23. They won't check it. Put your social. They just check to make sure that you are who you say you are. But you'll open an account, put in $3,000, and you can short pennies just like anything else. Yeah. You can start an account with $3,000 at IB. Just lie about your age being under 23. They can't freeze your account. They won't freeze it or any shit like that. I had started an account at IB, and I don't know why I still don't use it. But the thing about IB though, if you've ever seen IB, the setup, it's very 2004-ish. I mean, it's very it's very 2004-ish. Interactive Brokers is a setup for like companies. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go to one of these trade dojos that they have in New York City and in places like Miami, where they're like, 100 computers in a room and guys, trade just to have guys next to them to trade together. IB, is the preferred broker at places like that, of those trade dojos. No, it's legit. IB is legit. It's just, it's a professionals broker. That's the only thing. Interactive Broker is a professionals broker. They're dirt cheap though, but yeah, I had fucked up and I called. I fucked up one time and I called and I completely forgot about the age that I set the account at. And they gave me a pass. I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna think they're gonna flag my account or some shit like that. But they just gave me a pass for it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Big money is plays for tomorrow. All right, yeah, that's some good plays. PIRS. And here, HEAR here has always been one of those big spikers. HEAR. That was a mid-afternoon run. HEAR. That could actually probably come down. I don't know if that would have another day in it. Yes, Interactive Brokers does have a PDT rule. They're in America. They have a PDT rule. Yeah. If you don't have over $25,000, yeah, you would. But Interactive Brokers is great customer service. From what I remember, great customer service. No problems with customer service. Very fast executions. You can practically do everything within the portal. Forex. Other exchanges, yes, just like the commercial says, you can trade, on Japan's market. You can trade on the London exchange right there in the portal. You can pull up the stock just like you pull up any other stock. The pricing changes, but you can do practically anything on Interactive Brokers. It's a professionals broker. But the setup is very much, what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been trading for 20, 25 years. That's what the setup looks like. Yeah. No fancy gadgets or anything like that. Doesn't look anywhere near as pretty as this chart right here I got on the screen. Very old-fashioned looking. Oh, yeah, man. More Peace, you said you used to work at those Vegas conventions. Yeah, those Vegas conventions, man. Guys go there to get screwed all the time. I mean, Vegas is full of prostitutes, dude. full of working girls. You know, they'll come right up to you like, hey, baby, you know, you need a friend. You know what I'm saying? And if you that type of dude, you know what I'm saying, you roll with that. You know, I'm not into street prostitution, man. I'm not, you know. I'd rather, you know, go on Plenty of Fish and find a girl that's willing to be a prostitute for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to, you know, pick up a prostitute who's like, yeah, that's her business. Nah, I'm good on that, man. Fuck that shit. Catch some fucking AIDS or some shit like that. Yeah, OGXI is going to be huge, man. OGXI is going to be huge tomorrow, bro. It's going to be huge tomorrow. I mean, we're up already 60% right now after hours. You know? Yeah, man. Hey, look, these pretty girls need their bills paid too, bro. These pretty girls need their bills paid too. And if you got it like that, man, let's stop acting like, you know, these girls don't need their phone bills paid. Let's stop acting like these these chicas don't buy extensions. You know what I'm saying? They need to get that fixed and paid for. That girl on IG, and we've talked about it on this show, that girl on IG you swoon and dream about. Trust me, there's you know, somebody with some money that's, you know, beating it up. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to like her picture. He sent a text message and she coming over to do the job. You feel me? Yeah, he keeping that iPhone 6 turned on. TD gives free after hours charts with sign up. I didn't know that. TD gives free. Yeah, a lot of these, they used to give like free webinars, like E-Trade, TD, way back when, you know, they used to give free webinars and all that stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Man, look, you know, it's so crazy, man. You know, really woke up my eyes these last maybe 2 or 3 years, because I had always held women to like these high standards. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I found out a young lady that I knew, and I'm thinking, you know, she's got a good job, and, you know, maybe her dad's got money or something like that. I found out this girl was selling her ass, man. You know what I'm saying? I had held this girl to some high esteem, like, you know, maybe she comes from some money. You know, I don't know, dad's a lawyer, businessman. You know, I found to find out, I see a picture of her on, what the fuck is, sexyjobs.com or some shit like that. I was looking for her Facebook page, and I Googled her, and her name came up on sexyjobs.com. I'm like, what the fuck? And sexyjobs.com, that's for girls who trying to get hooked up with porn companies. So I'm looking at like, what's she looking for? Porn company, you know? Yeah, she's an escort. It's for escorts and girls who trying to get on with the porno people. Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, because, you know, like I make my money on the computer, dude. I'm, you know, doing my affiliate marketing, my credit shit. You know, you guys know I be pushing my credit shit all the time. So I'm on a computer 24/7, man. You know, so you meet honeys online and, you know, out and about. You know, met this honey out and about. You know, stayed in touch, hitting her up here and there. Took her out for a little lunch here and there. You know, thinking the sister had some, you know what I'm saying, some parents with some education, and, you know what I'm saying, not to look down on her. I'm just, you know, just saying, because she had put up that front like she was really, you know, just blessed. You know what I'm saying? She had put up a front like she was just blessed. You know, pulled up in the, what's that? It wasn't a 650, but it was, I want to say a 610. The BMW, is there like a 610 or like a 605 or something like that? Is there a Let me see. BMW 6. It was a B. I don't. It wasn't like a 650. Maybe it was just a 6 Series. My eyes were fooling me. It was a 6 something. It was 2-door. 2-door BMW 6 something. And yeah, I just thought she had it like that, bro. Nah, man, I'm not gonna look her up. But what's her name? I do know. I played football with what's her name's older brother though. God, what's her name, bro? She's a porn star now, man. I know probably you guys would know her. She just turned like 19. Black girl, huge tits. Oh man, her name's on the tip of my tongue. Oh God, hold on, man. I'm gonna have to pull up my Facebook real quick. What is this hoe's name, dude? Hold on. What is her name, dude? She's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Well, her family is. I don't think she's fucked with Michigan maybe in a year or two. Because now she's all over Instagram, like flying to Europe, fucking motherfuckers, and Dubai. You know what I'm saying? God, what? Hold on, man. I can't remember her name. But if I pulled up a picture, you guys would know who she is. And I remember when this girl was like, I remember seeing her a couple of times when she was like 12, 13. Paid no attention to her. I would never imagine that one of my homeboys, and I wouldn't necessarily say he was my homeboy. I mean, I just played football with him. But you wouldn't imagine that somebody that you know will grow up to do porno. You know what I'm saying? You seen this motherfucker, Rachel Rax. That's her name. Rachel Rax. I'm not going to give her real last name, but Rachel Rax. That's her name. Rachel Rax. There it is. Rachel Rax. I played basketball and football with Rachel Rax's brother, her older brother. Rachel Rax. That's her. Shorty's fine though. Shorty is fine. You know what I'm saying? I would suspect that 90% of you guys in here would probably have sex with that girl. She's hot. She's hot. Rachel Rax. Rachel Rax. Yep. Grew up in Grand Rapids. Family then moved to Southfield. And that's where I met the brother. Yeah. Yeah, she's a hot chick. She's a hot chick. Yeah, Barry Parker. That's what I'm saying. It's for those kind of guys. If you like that kind of stuff. I know it's not everybody's chick. It's not everybody's type. Not everybody's type, but Arnold, he's not a fan of that. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what I said. It's not everybody's type, man. Everybody likes different kind of chicks. Yeah, it was. It is, man. Because I'm having those images in her head of that, dude. And I've sound so perverted saying this, but she was pretty heavy even then, dude. She was pretty heavy even then. In fact, she was younger than, well, let me see here. She was actually younger than that, man. She was younger than that. What was this? 2000 2006, 2005. Yeah, it's something like that, man. Because I don't remember. He didn't make. Yeah, she's young. He didn't make. Yeah, this was. Yeah, maybe she was younger than that. Maybe she may have been like 10, 11 at the time. Maybe 10, 11 at the time, because this was 2005, 2006. So that's almost 10 years ago. So that would make her like 9, 10-ish maybe at the time. But she was already at that point, man. She was already at that point. It was kind of creepy looking. I remember. I have fond memories. You know what I'm saying? Not to put myself out like that. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all, man. Let's not get it twisted here. Let's not get it twisted. I just remember, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, they weren't. I don't remember them being like that at that time, but I remember, you know, she definitely stood out. You know what I mean? She definitely stood out. So that was like my sophomore, junior year. Because I don't remember. I don't think he didn't make the senior team at this school. So that was my JV year. So that means, yeah, about 16. Yeah, about 16. Yeah, about 16, 17. 16. I think 16. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, Barry, I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? You would never know. And my thing is like, you know, his family, they're not broke or nothing like that. I mean, they smart people. You know, I remember, you know, family got a good job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she would choose to go into pornography is like, that's way left because, you know, she comes from a 2-parent household. He had a mom and dad. So for her to, you know, most porn stars, you know, they come from real fucked up backgrounds. So she comes from a 2-parent household and then she's going into porno. I don't even want to imagine what her parents think about what she's doing. You know, but now she's got them damn, you know, double twins on her damn chest to the damn floor. Then yeah, she probably raking in money. You know, most of those porn stars, you know, they don't make no money doing the porn. The porn is what gets their name out there. What they make money is the fact that these millionaires and billionaires you see on TV, on CNBC, you know what I'm saying, on Friday nights, give them that call and giving them that $5,000 for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? $5,000, $7,000 for the weekend. Yeah, man, these motherfuckers on CNBC with the suits and talking all, man, them dudes be all up in these prostitutes and these porn stars, man. That's why I don't blow the head up like that. I don't blow my head up like, oh my God, look at so and so. Sinclair, you said not that much money in it? Are you serious, man? Sinclair, go on a website called Euros Guide, man. Go to Euros Guide, bro. They cashing in, man. Those women, you go to Euros Guide. That's where the Wall Street guys go to. I learned about that site when I lived in New York City, 2012-ish, 13-ish. Go to Euros Guide, bro. Euros Guide, that's where all the Wall Street dudes go to. They go to Euros Guide, and I'm telling you right now, Sinclair, they're paying $3,000, $4,000 a weekend for some of these chicks, man. You know? You said porn. Well, I mean, you know, the white girls cost more than the black girls, you know. That's just how it is. You know, white women in porn, they make more money. Also, when it comes to that escort lifestyle, white women make more money as well. Any pimp can tell you, that, white women make way more money in the pimp game than black women do. You know, you can make a brother pay more for a white girl than a black woman, and a white man's gonna pay more for a white woman than a black woman. You know, and not only that, but a white woman will be arrested less. She's suspected less. You can take a white woman a lot of different places that you can't take a black prostitute. Yeah. Not to bring race into it or anything like that. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Desert Ed, you said the run is over for here. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's a wrap for that. What's going on?
Yo. It's all you, baby. What's happening, Sal?
Hey, Sinclair, what's good with you, man?
Chilling, man. What I was trying to say was like, man, honestly, man, right now, pussy right now, man, come a dime a dozen. Like, it's like, I was just telling my brother this. We was just talking about, had this conversation like 2 days ago. And the girls right now, man, I mean, if you got any kind of star quality, they'll get shit up for free. So it makes it bad for the real hoes. Like, I mean, because I know a girl that's kind of like out there doing a thing. I ain't gonna put her name out there or nothing. Mm-hmm. And she's traveling to dance. But when you trying to close your legs and just dance, you competing against the girls that's putting it out. So it makes your job even harder. Mm. Then, when you say, fuck it, I'll open up my legs, and you get paid a couple of dollars, then you compete against the white girls. Then when you're a white girl and you open up your legs, when you hit 30, your time is up. You sold out by the time you're 30.
But here's the thing about white women and adult entertainment, though, is that they typically will find a client that they will marry. They will literally, a white woman will be in the game for a little bit, and by 26, she's married out, and has kids and is in a relationship. You would never even know this girl was a high-end escort. You know what I'm saying? So they will marry a client and get, and end up in favorable situations, whereas a black girl, she'll end up like Cherokee. I mean, Cherokee back then, she was, the number one porn star, man. Who was bigger than Cherokee? And now it's almost sad to see her still on Instagram trying to, twerk her ass and stuff. This girl's at least almost 50 years old, man.
And the thing about it too, the thing about it, I totally agree with that. I'm just saying that, like, pussy now ain't as expensive as what it used to be because girls don't carry themselves like they used to. As generation after generation push, pussy get cheaper. Gold is worth more than pussy right now, if you look at it by the ounce. You know what I'm saying? It used to never be like that. I mean, because it ain't nothing but a commodity. I mean, Superhead. I'm about to speak some facts.
Okay.
Superhead said that when she was in the club with Jay-Z, she said when she was in the club with all these millionaires and billionaires, she said it was for, it's on YouTube, you can look it up. She said that she was the poorest person there. She said, I remember only having like $200 to my name. And she said, that's when I said to myself, I got to expose these motherfuckers because I ain't got nothing to show for being around all this fortune and fame. And I done been Usher Raymond's birthday present. She wanted a video shoot with Jay-Z. They said, you could be in the video, but she said, I want to be the number one girl. Superhead said this. And then she said, by the time me and Jay-Z got out of the limo, I was the main girl in that video. So you know what went down. But whenever you got star quality, I hate to say this, but I'm going to keep it real. Like, Sal, you doing your thing, and you see two bitches, and this bitch over here talking about, baby, I want you to take me out, at least warm me up. But then you got this other bitch saying, you know what? Beggars can't be choosy. I'm just trying to be with a boss. When who you going to pick?
Right.
I mean, so I'm just saying that then girls, once they get that $3,000, which very few girls get $3,000 to fuck because porno stars only get like $1,500 per show. Then look how many times a day they gotta fuck. Then they gotta pay their bills. And then girls, right. It's just like for a record deal. They gotta keep up their hair, their nails, they traveling. So by the time they fuck 5 niggas, half the money gone and don't no benefits come with it. Just like if you look at a washed up pimp, he's a washed up pimp because his money kept up his lifestyle and it just kept going in a circle, but he never put nothing up because he always had to have a fancy car with the fancy clothes. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, you just find a washed up generation talking about what they coulda, shoulda, woulda, right. And what they did, and they want to put their dick and their pussies on the mantle and say, I used to be a bad motherfucker.
Wow.
You said that's why I said ain't really that much money in it, just because bitches right now they doing it for free. Just they looking for management. Who you fuck with? Oh, I fuck with Rick Ross.
Okay, so I know we talked a little bit about this, but okay, when men, we have Instagrams and we see these beautiful women on Instagram. Now I already know Instagram is the new, basically back page for wealthy, men and women, for them to be able to kind of connect and all that. I think the rest of us are just basically, we're basically just clutter getting in the way of rich men getting to these beautiful young women. So do you feel that are those girls simply just, playing around? Are they not actually making money, doing what they're doing?
I think honestly, man, I think in the real world, I think there's a lot of motherfuckers out here really hurting, and I think more of them girls out there doing what they're doing, they need to be on your fucking channel, learn how to make some real money. Instead, because you are in the dangers of catching a disease, because you know these dudes that got money, they order pussy like they order wine. Today red, today sweet, today dry. You know what I'm saying? And just like the hoes, they with you today, they gonna be with that nigga tomorrow. So now it ain't nothing but a tree of infestation of catching a disease or something. So it ain't what it used to be. Because and then another thing, a lot of these girls that's out here doing this shit, they need to be on some kind of drug just to put themselves in a state of mind just to perform. So when they get their little bit of money, they got to spend at least half of it just to stay in business. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, they got to be on some kind of weed. They got to get high. They're like, girl, I'm about to go and fuck this old ass nigga, but girl, give me a wake up call. And they get a little sniff of heroin or coke, and they're like, okay, fuck it, I'm ready. Then they got to get their hair done, their nails done, and that's why 50 Cent dropped Olivia, because he said she was not producing enough music for her glam squad. He said, the nigga I could put on stage, he could just put on a T-shirt, get a fresh haircut, and he could make money. Girls, when you get them out there to perform, they got to have a glam squad to come with them, because they got to always look glamorous, and that shit costs.
Yeah.
Same thing with these hoes. Except for, so that's the way I see it. These girls on Instagram, they looking to be chose. And if you see a girl 5 years younger, 10 pounds thinner, she gonna get that job first. Then you gonna hackle them down. Bitch, you want 1,500? I get that shit for 7. Then the bitch will be thinking like, damn, I gotta pay my bill. She gonna be like, fuck it, just this time. Bitch, anytime I want it for 7. And if I give you 1,000, you gotta tell your girl to come in too. Girl, I need this money. Let's do it. Just do it for me. Now they got 2 bitches for $1,000. I mean, how much does plenty of the fish cost? All you gotta do is tell a bitch you love them. You fucking them the next day. Close your eyes. A bitch look like how you want them to look once you close your eyes. You see what I'm saying? And some of the ugliest bitches suck the best dick. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that, like, I was just telling my boys this, man. I was like, if you got some suave about yourself, man, you ain't paying that much anyway. I know bitches that would have fucked Tupac for free, and you know it too.
That's very
so
true.
These hoes out here starving, so they looking to be picked up by some management, baby. Stay being a boss, man. You ain't got to pay for none of this shit.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, Sinclair.
God bless you, man. God bless you.
So he's got a point, man. He's got a point. He's got a point. I don't think Chris Brown pays for it. What's the name of that group? Ray Sherman. Was Black Beatles or whatever. They don't pay for that shit. I doubt it. Now, maybe if you get like a washed up rapper, I'm thinking somebody who name a washed up rapper. And I say washed up in a good way, not necessarily in a bad way. Now, we still got Friday show tomorrow. I'm wrapping things up here. Just looking at a few last minute tickers. In a good way. Then you might have to pay for some. Like, I'm thinking, like, what's his name out of Philadelphia? Freeway. Freeway's a good rapper, but, let's be honest, he ain't really making no hits like that. That's a nigga that might have to, if he can still, pull a concert, yeah, he might be the type of dude who might have to put $300 on the table to make something happen with a dime, Let me see here. ADB. Yeah, I love Adobe. I don't think Adobe has liquid options, but I love Adobe. I like that Adobe call. AXO. Okay, you meant AXPE. Expedia.com. A lot of competition though, but man, Expedia is running. Scarface, yeah, Scarface is legit though, but yeah, he's another one who ain't making them hits like that. Mims, whatever happened to Mims, man? Hey, is Mims that "This Is Why I'm Hot" guy? I think that's him, right? This is why I'm hot. You know, that track was annoying as fuck, man. And that was the #1 song for a couple weeks, man. Saying Nothing on the track. I can't believe he got away with that one. And that song went #1 because they just played it to fucking death. Is that him? Yeah, man. They just played that song to fucking death, man. When that song came out, this is why I'm hot. Blah blah blah. This is why I'm hot. God damn, shut up. Yeah, Londale, and because of that, nobody else really uses Flash, except a couple, apps here and there. That's why when you get, an alert to download Flash, man, it's like, what? For what? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, Sylvester Bird. Yeah, I forgot about Mims, man. I completely forgot about Mims, man. Man, but I want to talk about that too, man. Again, I want to go into tomorrow. Soulja Boy versus Chris Brown. My money's on Soulja Boy. Everybody's on Chris Brown because everybody thinks Chris Brown is hard, but I don't see where y'all think Chris Brown is hard, man. Chris Brown is not hard, dude. The dude is a cokehead, man. Chris Brown is a cokehead, man. I mean, look at Chris Brown when he came out of prison to where he is now. Dude lost like damn near 40, 50 pounds, bro. Chris Brown is on that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But everybody think Chris Brown is a little hard because he can ball a little bit. But I'm going for Soulja Boy for the upset, dude. I think Soulja Boy's... I'm going for Soulja Boy for the upset. I'm going to leave it at that, man. I'm leaving at Soulja Boy for the upset. Shout out to 50 Cent. 50 Cent's going to be the promoter on the fight. I don't know if y'all heard about that or not, but 50 Cent is the promoter for the fight. Shout out to 50. Shout out to 50. It's going to be interesting to see, man. This is all a distraction. It's all a distraction. We'll see if it even goes down. He says Soulja Man goes Superman. But I mean, yeah, man. I think I'm going for the upset, bro. I'm going for the upset, man. And Soulja Boy is money team, man. Soulja Boy is, him and Floyd Mayweather. I have seen them, go to clubs together. Basically all over Floyd Mayweather's nuts. He is money team. I do remember there's a video floating out there with Soulja Boy getting that, TMT hat directly from Floyd Mayweather. You said it's in March? Okay, yeah, March. Soulja Boy versus, Chris Brown. And I will buy that. I'll buy that. Chris Brown has better footwork. Chris Brown has better footwork. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, he's a dancer. Yeah, he should have better footwork, man. Chris Brown's, I think he's older too. Chris Brown's older. Chris, any options on that fight? Yeah, but I'm going for the upset, bro. And what's sad is that, if Chris Brown loses, I mean, where do you go from here, bro? Like, where do you go from here? You could never make another song, dude. I mean, everybody can come back from foolishness, because if you can come back from slapping Rihanna, but then again, you know, dude slapped up Rihanna, but if Rihanna was white, he definitely wouldn't be making no music. But you know, she from the island, so he can make that work. Kind of like Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? What he did with his ex-wife. If that would have been a white woman, it would have been game over. Yeah, that's a different conversation. Yeah, man. Yeah, Soulja Boy he definitely had to apologize, man. You can't front like that, dude. One thing I know about LA dudes, man, they don't like that fake shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that fake shit. Claiming you and this and that, and you don't run with them. They'll just G-check you, dude. And that's basically what they're doing. One of the things I've learned is that in Los Angeles, it's very popular. It's very popular to, scam rappers. You know, it's very popular to scam rappers, man. And what it is that if you one of these rappers that likes to jump from club to club, eventually you're going to show up at a club and one of these gangs will show up and say, look, if you want to keep coming to this city, then you're going to put us on the payroll, or it's going to be some problems for you. You know, and you as a rapper literally have to pay a gang for protection if you want to fuck around in the city, man. You know, LA is no joke, man. They still do that gang shit hard over there in LA. I don't know if you guys remember a couple years ago when Rick Ross got chased out of Detroit. It was like, what, 3-4 years ago? When they chased Rick Ross out of Detroit because he didn't pay his due. Yeah. You can Google that. Rick Ross chased out of Detroit. He didn't pay up that fee. Yeah. A lot of these rappers get extorted, man. You don't even see it in the background. A lot of these rappers getting extorted, man. You know. You can say all you need is the FOI. Nation of Islam. That would probably work, Craig G. That would probably work, Craig G. You absolutely right. If these rappers put up, but that's why you see a lot of these rappers though. Lately, they've been going around Farrakhan, though. Have you been noticing that? That a lot of these rappers, these last, year or two, coming around Farrakhan a lot? Associating themselves with Louis Farrakhan? That's been happening quite a bit. Yeah. Let me put out the list for tomorrow's trading day. This is definitely not an absolute list. Definitely not an absolute list, but definitely the stocks that are running. All right. Friday is always kind of one of those, it's kind of always a little bit of a weird day. Things you expect to happen don't happen. Things you don't expect to happen sometimes happen. Because you don't know what everybody's got planned. And typically you see some news drop too. We got to start getting ourselves prepared. We're going into Q1. Some really heavy earnings results are going to be coming out. I don't believe next week, but I think beginning of February, you're going to start seeing some heavy earnings announcements. So you got to be kind of in the position to play those. So I'm looking forward to seeing those numbers coming out. Companies that make it, companies that miss. Opportunities to gain on either of those. Either of those. You know what I'm saying? OGXI is number one. And then number two, I'm interested in that Buds, but I don't know how legit it is. I got to do more research on that. But OGXI and the Soon Q is probably going to dip. SAGD could dip because the catalyst is waning. SPLS, that was a short. And then I probably like that 5 day, the 1 day. I'm looking at AMD for possible turnaround, but let me see. I like. Let me see. Sprint is not cheap, but I like Sprint. That's where I wanted to keep it on the list. But ETRM could be another one too, man. If ETRM could hang on. So I'd probably go with 3, which is going to be OGXI, Sprint, and ETRM. Yeah, NAK was on our list last night too. NAK had a good day, but NAK is going to be a short tomorrow. Yeah, NAK is going to be a short tomorrow. It's going to pull back if gold doesn't maintain itself. If gold doesn't, gold is now still down 3 points. So now we're about to touch 4 points. So if gold doesn't sustain itself, then, NAK is a sell. MUX is a sell. Basically, any gold affiliated play that was up big today will be sell. It will be a sell. All right. There's the Discord room. Shout out to everybody in the Discord room, man. Let me put on my Maybach music. Love this little Maybach track, man. You know what I'm saying? This is that Rick Ross type beat right here. Rick Ross, Wale type beat right here, man. Love this, man. See, if you got that 745, you know what I'm saying? Got a little big titty, big booty, light skin breezy in the passenger seat. Seat reclined back, you know what I'm saying? Just cruising, one arm on the wheel. Yeah, I like this beat right here, man. I'm looking at investing.com, man. Investing.com, right there. They got all the commodities, all that, man. So thank you guys. Been another great episode. Tomorrow, join me. Tomorrow is going to be a long show, man. We talk about anything tomorrow, man. First hour is stocks and everything after that. We got a lot of things going on in the world, man. Anything y'all want to get off your chest, bring it up, man. Yeah. Investing.com. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 103. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 104, man. Have a good night, everybody. Craig G, Big Slim, Nathan Qualls, thank you, sir. Mag 3690, Jack Runner, Travie, all the new people, old people, man. Jorge M, thank you, sir. Londell Carter. Who else? Thriller Ali, Barry Parker. Everybody in the chat room, man. Who else is in here, man? Lee Yu, Jay Wallace, Sinclair, of course, excuse me. Let me see here, who else? Arnold Namdu, T Stout, thank you, appreciate it. QL, thank you, peace, bro. Good night, everybody. Nikhil, thank you, man, appreciate it. We back in the grove, yes. Hey, Nikhil, I hope I don't see, I hope you stick around, Nikhil. You kind of disappeared for like a week and a half, bro. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, Londell. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, same time, same place, man. We're gonna go hard tomorrow. Break some charts down. I wanna learn how you guys trade, man. I'm always talking about how I trade. I wanna learn how you guys trade. I want y'all to call up tomorrow and you tell me how you trade. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, Anthony Smith. Money stay woke. Yes, tomorrow. All right, guys. Take care. I'm out of here, man. Oh, and if you want this beat, man, just email me happypennystocks@gmail.com, man. Love this beat, man. I know some of y'all can flow in here, man. Put a track on this, man. All right, let me get up out of here. HappyPennyStocks@gmail.com. Also, if you go on the I heard somebody say something about the Tim Sykes DVDs. You can email me or visit the Discord room. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Take care. Good night.